Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the ESL Mobile Open Play-ins. I'm your host, Paul, and Verum Toddkill. We just got to witness the final week of our recap show. Glitter Explosion was here, helping to wrap it all up, which means that it's time to advance on to our challenge, but not quite yet. We still have to figure out which three teams will be joining some of the best in North America, which means I need the best that North America has to offer in terms of co-commentators. Echo Gaming is here. Welcome back to the show. Looking snazzy, sir. How you feeling?
Thanks so much. I'm feeling great, man. I'm excited for Brawl Stars. It's great to see you. You're looking snazzy yourself. And yeah, we're back with Brawl Stars. It's an exciting day, but I hear we have someone else that's coming in along with us.
Oh, of course. We need someone who knows the game inside and out, who can give us some insight into the player's mind. So who better than someone who's been watching them all ladder long? Ash, how you doing, sir?
What's up, guys? Super excited to be here. We've got another play-in with a lot of new faces, lots of new teams. Super stoked right now.
Absolutely, because there's a lot of really good established teams in Brawl Stars here in North America, and this is an amazing opportunity for some of these teams to give them a run for their money. If you want to establish, make a name for yourself in this game, in this region, there's no better place to do it. And of course, that's what the Mobile Open is all about. If you're just joining us, it's this amazing opportunity, not just here in NA, but across the globe to get involved in mobile esports. If you want to find out all about it, we have this video to break it all down. Let's take a look.
Welcome to ESL Mobile, the home of mobile esports. ESL Mobile is a global program designed to give you an opportunity to compete in your favorite mobile games, featuring multiple game titles, taking place in 3 regions, and offering 2 levels of competition. There's something here for everyone. ESL Mobile Open is the gateway to competitive play, free to join and open to any resident of our supported regions. This is the best way for you to enjoy the thrill of victory and take your shot at winning cash prizes. Each season of Mobile Open will consist of 2 ladders, and the top competitors from each will qualify for the Mobile Open play-ins. ESL Mobile Challenge is your path to glory. If you are a top competitor in the Mobile Open play-ins, you will earn a spot in the Mobile Challenge season. The top team from each ladder will skip the play-ins and qualify directly for the Mobile Challenge season. This is where you'll have the chance to compete against the best players in your region. At the end of each season, top Mobile Challenge players will compete in the Mobile Challenge Finals to determine a winner and be crowned their region's champion. ESL Mobile is for everyone. This is your opportunity to join a diverse and growing community of players across the world and see just how far you can go.
I mean, you saw it there. It's all about leveling up. I mean, it's in the song for a reason. It's all about getting to that next level, seeing how far you can go. And for some of these teams, and I'm going to have to start with you here, Echo. Looking back at this last week, they've shown us that they can push it pretty darn far.
We have some players and some teams in here that know how to play Brawl Stars. And something I love that was said in there is that you don't have to be one of the pro teams to get there, but we're definitely going to see some solid teams that we've seen before tonight as well. So, it's for everyone. Plus pros, beginners, well, maybe not some beginners, but people that may not be on the pro level yet. Exciting stuff, and it's all to come.
Oh, absolutely. And again, looking back at the teams who've already qualified here for the ESL Mobile Challenge, we have some of the best in North America. Of course, Tribe Gaming up there at the top, but Ash, there's a lot of really good teams here.
Yeah, Team Double, Team .0, STMN Esports, IX Academy, and of course, IX Gaming making their way into the qualifiers.
Yeah, and we definitely
Absolutely.
have to see who else is going to be coming in, because we have 3 empty slots as are shown right here in Verum.
Oh, we are indeed. IX Gaming up there at the top of that leaderboard by 3 points. Oh my goodness. Aqua was there week over week over week. I thought it was done and dusted. I thought it was in the bag, but IX Gaming showing why they are one of the most feared teams in North America, making their last minute run up to the top. And Ash, I'm gonna be honest, if you're a team competing in this that you now no longer have to worry about IX Gaming, maybe you're not complaining so much.
Yeah, definitely. Looking here, Aqua versus Don't Lose to Us. That's going to be a very thrilling matchup. Monkeys versus Doodoo Dunga. Man, I'm super excited right now.
Yeah, and the cool thing is the teams that don't make it out of that top bracket, we're going to see down here in the lower bracket as we watch a few battles down here as well, because this is double elimination. And down here we already have Ben Approves. We have Ion Gaming, Evil Space versus Cult of BGBG.
This is interesting because Ion Gaming is a team that we got to watch quite a bit over the last few weeks. Ash, interesting to see them down there in the lower bracket as we take a look at exactly how the teams are going to be getting the wins tonight.
Yeah, we have 5 game modes: Siege, Brawl Ball, Hot Zone, Bounty, Heist. And in order to advance, you got to win 3 out of these 5 game modes. And for each of these game modes, we're going to have a best 2 out of 3 rounds. You got to win 2 out of 3 to win each of these game mode and advance.
So really, it could be either 6 games or up to 15 games. And we have our first team here, Monkeys, Edool, Eric_EX, and Nighttime Clasher here in Brawl Stars.
Oh my god, a little bit of cross-pollination here in the Supercell universe. And they're going up against the Doodoo Dunga, which has to be one of my favorite names. Their logo has a penguin? Oh my god, with cross swords? Okay. All right. Easy Livy, Kennedy, and Molly. I mean, I know we're not supposed to have any bias, but because I'm technically not casting this, I'm allowed to kind of root for Doodoo Dunga here just because of the name and logo combination. If I'm being a little bit honest, it appeals to my sensibilities. But I'm so glad you touched on this idea that it's a double elimination bracket, so teams have a second chance. But I want to remind folks about these 2 first matches is these are semifinal matches, which means the winner of these first 2 matches, they just advance on to the challenge. That's it. Their day is done. They don't have to worry about anything else. They win 1 best of 5, and all their hard work over the last 4 weeks, Echo, it's paid off.
Yeah, it has. So really, they want to secure those spots so they have that security of going to challenge. But even if they don't, again, they do have the opportunity of that double elimination. And then we'll be able to watch them battle out again as we move our way down to the lower bracket, because they could still make their way there with just a few more battles ahead of them.
Absolutely. And Ash, I think one of the things we're going to have to keep an eye on here, not only, of course, is just the meta, the picks of brawlers. You've been doing these fantastic things every single week where you're highlighting what brawlers are best on which maps, the picks and bans. I've been so excited about it. We'll definitely have to keep an eye on that, see if the teams are following along, because Echo, I'm getting word our first game is ready, so I'm sending it over to you 2. Let's get it started.
Oh, it's getting ready, all right, and we're hopping on in here with Siege. It's Monkeys versus Doodoo Dunga. And Ash, what are you thinking with these brawler combinations? We got some action already starting.
Yeah, so Bot Drop is the map, one of the most open Siege maps. I love this map. Lots of snipers, as you can see, 2 Pipers. I love the Colonel Ruff's pick. Pretty interesting pick on this map. We've got Doodoo Dunga with the first push, though.
Yeah, that first early push, level 2 bot, but look at this. They're here to defend. You know, we've learned here you don't have to worry too much about that first push, especially when you have all your players there to defend. And as you can see, they don't have too much going. Actually, that Siege bot did more damage than I thought. 25% damage already done early on.
Yeah, that was a pretty good defense. And looking at it, they also have 3 bolts banked already. So if Monkeys can get control right now, they're going to be in very good position to win this game.
Yeah, they are. And there's a couple of bolts hanging out there in the middle. Piper trying to grab a few of them. And I'm looking for some crazy sniper gameplay because, as you mentioned, this map is made for it.
Yeah, I just love... You see those bags, the sandbags in the middle placed by Colonel Ruff's gadget? That's brilliant. Using that to shield for his Piper against the enemy Piper.
Yeah, it was brilliant, and I think that may have been the whole play there for having Ruff's play on into this one. And it looks like there's another solid push, but they're beating up that bot pretty good. It's only going to get a few shots there on the tower in the end, but here we go. Back to the middle, trying to get more bolts, and it's tied up 3-3 right now. But again, the sandbags are in place, and I think Piper now has learned it's her job to take them out.
Yeah, I love it. It's a brilliant combination, and it's becoming a big challenge for Monkeys to regain control. It's going to be up to Eric here if he can get these snipes. He's running out of time. There's only 10 seconds left. He's got to take out that Piper. This is going to be so close.
It definitely is. 3 seconds left, and we do have... Man, they're playing back a little bit over here. No Siege.
That's a tie, and you know what that means. That means Doodoo Dunga is taking this game in the bag because there's only about 17 seconds left, and there's not going to be another push. So very well played by Doodoo Dunga right there.
Very well played. I know one person that won't be sad about that, and that's in Verum, cheering for Doodoo Dunga simply because of logo and name. Fair enough, if you ask me. But, yay, we're down round 1 over in 1 second, going in favor of Doodoo Dunga that one around. And, you know, now we've had that gameplay established. Like, we know that Colonel Russ is going to be there to set up basically another barrier to shut down some sniper gameplay. Do you think we're going to be seeing that again? Or remember, you know, players here, they're able to switch up their compositions. They can switch it up every round if they want to. What are you doing if you're them? Are you going to go in with Ruffs again?
Man, I feel like you gotta, right? It just worked out so well. That was a brilliant combination, using those sandbags to shield your Piper against the enemy Piper. It's just a big advantage.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, they did learn quickly that it was Piper's job to then take out those sandbags. So then it was just 3 shots from Piper taking out the sandbag from a distance. But we're getting in to round number 2. And the question is Doodoo Dunga going to be able to pull it in 2 rounds? Or is it going to take a third? And we'll see what goes on with there. But we already have a rough sandbag defense set up right here.
Yeah, looking really good for Doodoo Dunga. They got a quick snipe on Edlu right there. So looking pretty good. They might get the first push. Very likely here as they take out Edlu. Yep, they're going to get the first push.
They totally are. And there we go, coming out from the top. That first push coming for Doodoo Dunga. And look at that. Man, really made...
Yeah, you can really see Sky using those sandbags. He does have his Piper super, and having super with Piper is just so important on this map. Being able to open up this wall, it's just going to make it much easier the next time around you get a push.
Yeah, I've noticed Sky do it twice already, just alone in this round, just removing barriers so that Sky has that down the tunnel way of shooting. It's not at all what you're supposed to call it, but that's what we call it there. I know you know what I'm talking about.
I know exactly what you're talking about right here. This is looking really good for Doodoo Dunga. Sky's probably going to go down because he did get hit by Amber's super. But, wow, man, they're just doing really well keeping control because they're about to get another push. And if you're monkeys, don't look down. All you got to do is just defend this, get control, and you have a really good shot at winning this still.
Yeah, I mean, they have 6 bolts right now to the 0 from Doodoo Dunga. And look at the defense really shutting down that bot pretty well, I have to say. Impressive stuff. And they do now have that bolt advantage. Only 5% was taken down by Doodoo Dunga. So really, it's basically an even match right now. Even round.
Yeah, basically. Ooh, but that snipe by Sky right there. And another snipe. That might do it because they have 18 seconds to just get enough bolts to either tie this up or get one more bolt and win it.
They're tied up on bolts right now already. There's 7 bolts for Doodoo Dunga.
Wow, what a turnaround.
That literally turned around in seconds, Ash. Crazy how quickly they were able to. And look at Sky right now defending those bolts. Now we're gonna have another siege bot incoming, and this is gonna basically close it out here for Doodoo Dunga. 95 to 93, and there it goes.
Yeah, it was just super clutch by Sky at the end, being able to get the enemy Piper, Eric, and being able to take Knight out at the same time. 2 kills at the end to clutch it. Very well played by Sky and Doodoo Dunga.
It's crazy how much more damage is done in that second and that third push. And I mean, there we go. Doodoo Dunga takes the first set of Siege going in their favor. So we're going to be moving on to another game mode. It's going to be coming up next. And Verum is standing by. It looks like he may have something to say here. And Verum, what do you think?
I have to think that, wow, that map control from Doodoo Dunga was absolutely stellar. Every single time there was a chance that monkeys could try and come back and take something, they overextended a little bit. One player got picked and they had to reset how they were pushing back on the map. And Doodoo Dunga played it so beautifully, keeping people alive on a scrap of HP over and over and over again. And every single time their opponent tried to chase down the kill, they were punished for it. Slap down. No, not for you. These are my bolts, sir. And the robots charged down. They didn't give up a single bot the entire time. It was either a bot for Doodoo Dunga or it was a tie every single time. If that's not convincing, I mean, that's a heck of a start. Heck of a start.
Yeah, but stuff we've seen here before. If I recall, just a few weeks ago, we've seen people dominate in the first set, and then things will completely switch. So, I mean, it's way too early to start talking about any type of domination. Things could change very well in the next game mode that we're going to be looking into just in a few minutes. But Ash, I mean, talking about some of that sniper play, I know you like that.
Man, I feel like the difference maker was the Colonel Ruffs. Those sandbags to shield against the enemy Piper. It just made it so difficult for Eric to beat the enemy Piper. I felt like, they should have either used the Colonel Ruffs of their own, or maybe just not use Piper against that matchup. That's just not a favorable matchup, having to deal with sandbags, right? That's blocking your Piper shots. It was just so well played by Doodoo Dunga there.
Because the whole mid lane, the whole idea of this is this wide open playground for your snipers to play in. Suddenly you shut that down, potentially game over. But we'll see if that continues. So here, game number 2 is ready to go. Send it back to you guys.
Yeah, and we're hopping into Brawl Ball right here. We have different brawlers. No Colonel Ruffs in this one. That kind of makes sense. But really, I mean, we're just looking at some different brawlers that I'm used to seeing in Brawl Ball.
Yeah, definitely. Super Stadium is the map. Knight going with Sprout on the lane. Oh, quick kills right there by Monkey. They got a 3v1. This could be a goal right here. Edley, yeah, that's definitely a goal.
Wow.
Very well played.
Wow, that was very fast. That was fast, Ash.
Yeah, Carl's one of the strongest brawlers right now in the meta. He's got some really big buffs recently. He's got range buff. He's got projectile speed buff. And all of this equates to a pretty strong brawler right now in this meta.
Oh, man, and look at that ball just waiting over there, but they can't get to it. Doodoo Dunga is being pushed back. Actually, Monkeys is being pushed back a little bit here. Not able to get to that ball. So actually, a fair defense.
Yeah, Kennedy with an aggressive play using that flying hook and getting on that Sprout. Unfortunately, unable to take him out. Eric does have his super. He's got the super pass to Knight. Oh, just a little off with the connection, thanks to Levy's M super to slow him down.
Yeah, now we have Ems trying to sneak it up a little bit, but waiting for the team, waiting to see what kind of support's had, ready to go on the, to attack herself. Working out pretty nicely there.
Yeah, definitely. As Levy taking his sweet time, he knows he just needs one goal here. The main objective is try and get a tie, right? Get a goal to tie and then go to overtime, because once you get to overtime, you have the matchup advantage against the Sprout without walls. Oh, right there. Oh, wow.
Nice job. The patience paid off right there, just like you were talking about. Now they have the position that they're waiting for.
Yeah, definitely. Right now, so I think Doodoo Dunga is now in control, because if they can get this game to go to overtime, which is, is going to happen in about just 38 seconds, they're going to have a pretty good advantage.
Yeah, and I think that's exactly what you're probably playing for right now as well. I mean, brawlers change, and the advantage that you have change when walls are finally eliminated from the map. So in about 24 seconds, we may see that happening, and it may be a little bit more of an advantage, as you mentioned, for Doodoo Dunga.
Yeah, definitely. It's going back and forth right now. It's just 15 seconds. I think Doodoo Dunga is very comfortable right now, knowing that, in just about 10 seconds, there's not going to be any more walls, no more bushes. So they can deal with that Sprout pretty easily. Quickly take him out. 3v2 here. Here we go.
There it goes. M's ready to go as well. Looks like M's going to be popping that ring. Let's see.
Yeah. I think he's going to look for the pass here to Sky, maybe. And then,
there it is.
There's a pass to Sky. And that is a goal. Oh, wow.
And the stall as well, just to rub it in just a little bit right there before the goal. Wow. You called that perfectly. You knew exactly what they were thinking of. Get that one goal, force it into overtime, then have a pretty big advantage and be able to pull it in. And wow, I was most impressed with the patience that I was seeing from the players as they were just waiting for it to be set up properly to push to the goal.
Yeah, definitely. The patience was awesome right there by Levy, knowing exactly what he had to do, get that tie, get the tie, have the game go to overtime. It's going to be a lot easier against the Sprout. Sprout without walls, bushes, not much to work with right there. It's going to be pretty easy win for them in overtime, and that's what happened.
Yeah, I find that really interesting as well. When the walls are there, you have a hard time dealing with a Sprout, but take the walls away and it's one of the easier brawlers to go after, or actually any thrower at that, really. You just kind of go aggressive on them and they have a hard time taking you out from close. So I love the strategy being used there. Strategy in Brawl Stars. Pretty crazy stuff there, right? Who would have thought? But it looks like we're ready to go into our next round. And looks like we have a Poco and a Rosa over here on Doodoo Dunga's side. Little change up.
Yeah, looks like Knight this time switching to Carl. No more Sprout. Ooh, they're going to make aggressive. That's going to be a goal right there. Easy goal for Levy on the left, as they were able to quickly take advantage of the tank versus Carl matchup. You really want your M's on the tank, on the Rosa.
Wow, I really like this setup here because you have Poco who can heal and Rosa who can just dominate. As you're seeing right here, look at how she just deals with all that damage. They're in some trouble right now.
Yeah, I mean, Edlu could potentially, not enough.
Wow.
Yeah, just not enough to stop the Poco tank right there. Poco and Rosa combo.
Poco and any type of a tank. But I mean, that's Doodoo Dunga again shutting down that set in only two rounds. So really dominating so far. We're 2 in. If they win one more, if they win the next game mode, that's it. They're gonna be advancing.
Yeah, man, I'm actually like super surprised by them getting mauled right there when they had a Jesse and Ems. I feel like the major error was not having Ems on Rose at the start.
Could be. Let's see what Inverum has to say about that. Inverum?
Okay, look, I could get into a little nitty gritty about brawler matchups. We could talk about more specific. All I know is the teamwork and coordination from Doodoo Dunga is absolutely solid. The second one flank is slightly weakened. The pinch is there. That final Poco push, zero hesitation. The super's up. I'm gonna push through. I know I have the healing. I know I have the support. I know I have the backup. The teammate is there in the front. Ball, C-net, GG. I love seeing that from these teams. There's no hesitation on the coordination. And that's the kind of play that gets you into the ESL Mobile Challenge. And Echo, you touched on it. They are only one set away from doing just that.
Yeah, they are. And, I think they found the secret. Crazy weird name. Penguins, crossing swords, victory. You're on Verum side. He's rooting for you. Insta win. And now I'm obviously just joking. We're just messing around. We have another game ready to go. Let's hop on into it. Have a good rest over there in Verum. And it looks like we're going into hot zone, Ash.
Yeah, split is the map and both teams running mirror comps, the same comp.
Mirror comps. And that's going to be exciting because who's going to play it better? And what's even more exciting is for Doodoo Dunga, if they take this entire set down, they are done. And they have done it. They don't have to play any more game modes, any more rounds, or any more sets. This is a really exciting one that we have in front of us right now.
Yeah, Eric trying his best on the right with that Robo Retreat Star Power running around with Rico. Finally took out the Surge, and now he's going to be able to get control over that right zone. And then Knight on the left being able to get control over that. It's going to be tough, though, to deal with that Rico, as you can see, as Levy just running all over the place with that Robo Retreat Star Power.
I mean, I'm impressed right now from Levy with that Poco. I mean, not with the Poco, with the Rico. I'm trying to figure out how to play this brawler myself, and I think I'm getting a good lesson on it right now. Really great gameplay, noticing how he's getting beaten up, but then pulling back and not getting taken down, able to continuously capture that zone.
Yeah, definitely. One of the best maps to use Rico and Surge on. Look at Edlu just staying behind that wall, waiting for the enemy to either teleport. If they do, he can easily take them out. But it's just, I feel like it's just too much to overcome right now. Down by about 40%.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen crazier things happen, though, Ash. Let's be honest here. I mean, crazier things have happened, but yeah, they do have a nice lead right now. But look at it, starting to, well, actually, it looks like it's pretty even now.
Ooh,
oh,
nice
that Rico.
play. As Levy just hanging in by just 66 hit points, was able to keep control over the left. And they just need just a few more percent, about 11%, and Doodoo Dunga might have this. But still, Monkey's putting up a big fight here. Knight and Eric trying to take out this Surge. Nice gadget used by Knight to take out the Surge there. I think they got it.
That was a clutch gadget right there by Knight, and clearing it all out. It's only 1% away, and that one goes to Doodoo Dunga. Wow. I mean, they're a team that has clearly played together and knows how to play well together, how to put together the comps that work. And man, they're completely dominating. Monkeys right now. One more win. If they win one more round, they're advancing, and that's it for Monkeys. And Doodoo Dunga can focus on what's ahead.
Yeah, that was a very back and forth game. I wouldn't say Doodoo Dunga dominated them in that particular game. It was super close. Looking forward to seeing what's going to happen next. Are they going to stick with the same comp? Maybe. Man, it's tough though, because those three brawlers are just so good on this map. And if in the mirror matchup, anything can happen. So, man, Monkeys are feeling it right now. They're probably really pressured.
Listen, I mean, there's no more pressure than they have right now, right? I mean, they're either going to come back and they're going to take the round, or they're going to be going home. I know that they don't want to go home. You know they don't want to go home. So yeah, think, I mean, are they confident that they could outplay with the mirror comp, or are they going to have to try and trick something and mix it up to try and take Doodoo Dunga off guard?
I feel like either, find something like maybe try Ruffs. Ruffs is a pretty good brawler in this map. Maybe try something like BB. BB's really good at handling a lane against the tick. You do have other options, but right now it's imperative for Monkeys to win. And remember what I said last time, it's all about rhythm, right? Getting into that momentum.
Yeah, we're going into round number 2, and you said it, Ruffs. Ruffs is in.
Yeah, there we go.
Are you in their ear, man? Are they listening to this coaching you got going on over
man.
here?
Maybe, I don't know. But it's great that Eric did switch to Ruffs, and like I said, you got to try something out differently, right? You got to change things up, and Ruffs is a great brawler to deal with Surge with those sandbags, and that's what he does right there. Still, though, they have a pretty big deficit to overcome, down about 30%.
Yeah, and climbing. It looks like this round is going the same, but last round got a little bit close in the end. It got me a little bit nervous, not too nervous, but a little bit. But I'm watching Livy right now because I was super impressed with the gameplay that I saw over there. But it's hard to ignore the Sprout going on over there as Sky's just trying to make his way in to clear that out.
Yeah, Edlu's got to try to dodge that Sprout. Unfortunate, couldn't. Sky's going to connect his shot. Now Sky has control over the right zone. Knight on the left. Ooh, we might have some lag here.
Lag?
Are you
Weekly bars? What are those? I never see that.
Everything's good now, though.
Good, we're rolling fine. But it looks like Monkeys now, they're able to grab a little bit of position here on those hot zones.
Definitely. Look at Edlu just trying to matrix this Sprout on the right. Just dodging him left, right. Here we go. Kennedy with the teleport. They're going to take control over that right zone. Man, this is super close. Look at that. 84% to 87. Monkeys need control of the right zone. If they can't get it, they're going to lose this. Oof, Sky's going to get it. And then there's BB with the super.
Who's it? 96 to the, oh my god, it's tied up 97. Doodoo Dunga is climbing and they are gonna pull it in.
Doodoo Dunga's got it.
My god. Doodoo Dunga. It's because Inverum loved the name, man. I don't know what it was, but my god, they came through with the sweep. We have Inverum. Get on in here, man. Name, logo, incredible play.
6 rounds is all it took. A perfect clean sweep, and just like that, we have our 7th team for the ESL Mobile Challenge Spring Season 2021. Doodoo Dunga, with a crazy name, a crazier logo, and a pretty crazy set of games, are able to advance themselves on in and to do it in flawless fashion. Because Echo, we were debated I'm not gonna lie. We were debated a lot last week. In fact, we had so many 2-0 starts, and I was like, this is going to be a 3-0. And then went all the way to game 5. Not this time, though. Not this time. Ash, they kept their composure the whole time. It was absolutely crazy.
It was incredible. You never can count anyone out, but look, Doodoo Dunga didn't get them the chance. They just came through, they clean sweeped, and I think that's the first time I'm seeing that, to be honest.
Yeah, man, it's not like Monkeys are a weak team. They are a very formidable opponent for Doodoo Dunga. I feel like, it's just probably an off night for them. I've seen Monkeys do so well. Yeah. They got really good chemistry. They made it this far. Man, it's just an off night for them, I feel like.
And as you guys take a look back, and as you guys break down the gameplay, I want to remind folks, of course, Monkeys isn't out of it yet. They are still in the lower bracket. Their night's still not over, but they're going to have to improve over this. That's for sure.
Yeah, so as you can see, Monkeys with stellar defense pretty much every game of season. It's just that they couldn't get control back, couldn't get enough balls to capitalize on their pushes.
Yeah, it seems like every single time that we went into a different set, there was a different combination of brawlers that were being used by Doodoo Dunga that was just able to outplay Monkeys, whether it be Piper with the sniper, whether it be Ruffs with the sandbags. It was just really played well, and it was truly a teamwork effort with a solid plan put into place to pull in the wins, and not only the wins, but the sweep.
Yeah, man, it's like you could definitely tell that Doodoo Dunga knew who their opponent was. They knew that Eric was going to go Piper, so they had that sandbag ready. And then on Brawl Ball, with those great plays, as Levy with the patience, going to overtime, right, and then scoring with the walls down. It's just great teamwork by them.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it was all about the patience. It was about working together. And right here, the little bit of a celebration with the stall before the goal. It was just a really solid gameplay overall. I like watching teams like this play together. And not only that, you did mention that Monkeys is a formidable team. They're a good team. It's just like you mentioned, some nights you're not on, or you meet an opponent that you just don't match so well against, and you have a hard time against that opponent. And I think that we had a look at that here today, because look, we made it this far, but we do have Monkeys going down to the lower bracket. So we will see them again, and we're going to see them again tonight. I want to see them come back with a vengeance, ready to kind of make their name known, that they are not going to go 6 and out, that they're going to actually be a solid opponent, maybe even win their next matchup.
Yeah, sometimes, sometimes it just takes a while. It takes like a few games to warm up. So, definitely wouldn't be surprised to see Monkeys making a comeback, winning that lower bracket.
Yeah, we'll have to see. We'll be getting there in a little bit.
I mean, we will indeed, because, and again, we know this is a team that can stand up, perform. I want to look towards Edlu to see a little bit more there. A lot of gameplay that stood out for me over the last one, and this last hot zone ones in particular. Oh my goodness, some of those dodges, absolutely wild, like stepping in the Matrix. Yeah, I mean, that's heartbreaking. That's heartbreaking for a team, but hopefully it starts, lights a little fire underneath them to really step up, assess what went wrong, and really sort of put it together going into this next match, because they're going up against some pretty tough opponents, because there only are good teams here in the ESL Mobile Open, and especially those who've already advanced on to the ESL Mobile Challenge. While we get our next match set up, I had a chance to sit down and interview some of the teams who have already advanced on. So let's start things off with Alec from STMN Esports to get his thoughts getting into the ESL Mobile Challenge. Hey, Alec, thanks so much for taking the time to sit down and talk. First and foremost, congratulations. You have qualified for the ESL Mobile Challenge. How did it feel knowing, when you realized that you guys had qualified? What was it like? What were you guys all saying to each other?
We were pretty hyped. It was pretty close qualifier. We should have won by a lot more, but we still won in the end. So it's kind of a little bit more nerve-wracking than it should have been, but we were all pretty happy.
Yeah, sometimes it gets a little bit closer. You're starting to sweat a little bit there at the end. But tell me a little bit more about your team. You're obviously one of the squads that people really have their eyes out for. I did obviously really solid performance coming into this. Tell me a little bit of the history of your squad.
So we've been playing Brawl Stars since the beginning. Three of the members of the team that go way back are me, Bobby, and OG. We've been playing Brawl Stars we've been playing Brawl Stars and been doing Brawl Stars esports since the start of it. We started playing back in 2018 together, and then along the way we kind of broke apart a little bit, but then we came back together midway through last year, and we've been together ever since.
Wow, so it's quite a lot of competitive history with you guys then, which I think makes a lot of sense, because Brawl Stars is a game that requires a lot of instant synergy, almost like mind reading levels of synergy to communicate. Talk to me a little bit about what that's like when you guys are actually in a game. Like, who's shot calling? What's the communication like? How does that all work?
There's not really one main shot caller, really. It's more so of everyone just kind of calling out things that they see, or maybe calling for a pinch here and there, or maybe a play in Brawl Ball, you want to pass, or you don't want to pass yet, or you're close to your super, and they can use your supers or your gadgets together at the same time. So it's a lot of just working together as with your teammates, and not really just as much as just one person saying something and everyone just following along.
Yeah, I mean, it makes a lot of sense. There's so much happening all at once. It's tough for one person to keep track of all of it, to be honest. And especially when you're going against such tough competition, because there's a lot of stiff competition so far in the Mobile Challenge. Is there any squad in particular that you've got your eye on that you think could be a real threat?
The three, in NA at least, the three main teams are us, Tribe Gaming, and IX Gaming. Everyone else is just kind of I think just kind of a step below. They're all pretty good teams. They definitely have the potential to be any of the top three, but those three teams are the top three that everyone just kind of recognizes as gotta watch out for them, and you really gotta prepare if you're playing them in any sort of match. So I'd say Tribe and IX, the two that we're really looking forward to facing.
Do you have any shout outs though before I let you go, before I say goodbye?
Shout out my teammates, they're all good guys, like them a lot. And also shout out to the lab, they know who they are.
All right, easy peasy. Thank you so much for taking the time to sit down and talk. Best of luck in your games.
Yep, thanks for having me.
I mean, that's Alec from STMN Esports, a team that's already made their way through, qualified for the challenge, but joining them now is Kennedy, who just walked away off a clean sweep victory. First and foremost, congratulations. How are you feeling after those wins?
Thank you first. And we're feeling pretty good. It was nice to just, I think, sweep the team. Just like we know that we played well today, and we're excited to move to the next stage.
Absolutely, and I think I sort of have to follow up on this next question because it's been in the back of my brain this whole time as we were casting you, as we were talking. But it's pronounced Doodoo Dunga, right? Just for clarification. Yes, perfect. That's the thing I really wanted to know. Also, your logo, all of that, one of my favorite designs from the outset.
Thank you.
Absolutely fantastic. Made my heart happy when I saw the penguin out there having a good time. But no, backing it up, getting a little more serious. You've just gone through some serious competition to get to this point, and now you're facing down the prospect of facing up against the best teams in North America. What's going through your head as a team knowing that this is your opportunity to potentially upset this sort of hierarchy that we've had in North America for a while?
Well, we know we can compete with them. Obviously, there are like 3 to 4 main teams with IX, STMN, and Tribe. But again, I think especially this year, there's been a lot of more competition between all of like, let's say like the lower teams, and that have actually been giving them like really tough games. So we're excited. We're like friends with all of them, so we know like how good they are, and it's just like fun to play against like really good friends.
Oh, for sure. I mean, the community at this point, it's pretty, I imagine it's pretty tight knit. You guys have all been playing together for quite a while. And that actually sort of brings it back, obviously being tight knit. That's something that's really obvious about your team. Watching you guys play, your synergy, your cohesion in game is really impressive to watch. Talk to us a little bit about that. Is there like one person who's doing most of the shot calling for your team, or is it more of a collaborative effort?
I think it's definitely a collaborative effort. Just like, again, like you said, we are really good friends. We're very open, and like when trying to choose comps or like knowing what we're like choosing or like plays that we're trying to make in game. But yeah, it's like, it's all together, definitely.
And it's interesting too, because Ash noted during that matchup that it seemed like you had a really good read on your opponents going into some of those games, picking almost some counter picks in some of your brawler choices. Is doing a lot of research on your opponents something that you guys sort of pride yourself in going into these matches?
Yeah, I mean, again, we play these teams all the time, so we know what they're comfortable with and what they like to play. So we felt like options that would be really good against what they're used to, but also good options if they do run like a standard comp.
So making sure you're covering all your bases there, which is always good to do, of course, in a situation like this. So, I mean, look, all I have to say is really, again, congratulations. I think that's the first 6-0 that we've seen so far in any of these play-ins. You guys looked absolutely stellar out there. And personally, I cannot wait to see what you guys can do in the ESL Mobile Challenge. Do you have any final shout-outs before we say goodbye?
I guess shout out Jasmine. She's actually the one that made the logo, just because you pointed that out. So yeah, she made the logo. But yeah, just shout out to my teammates. They're all great people. And yeah, thank you.
Well, thank you so much for putting on some awesome games here. Go celebrate, Kennedy. Go relax, hang out. I'm hanging out with some good buddies here too. We got Echo and Ash back on the desk. Our virtual one, albeit, but still having a great time. Echo, it's always good to hear when a team walks in, does a good job, and wins. You also find out they're really good friends. That's all. That's nice. That's nice. I like that.
It is really nice. And what a nice guy. I love jumping in these interviews and actually getting a face with the actual characters playing the game. But what I got out of that was Jasmine, the creator of that logo. Yes. I may be hitting up Jasmine for some artwork for my own personal channel. I was a fan of it too, but I think that we have the brackets ready, so maybe we should take a peek at those.
Absolutely, Ash. I mean, we know how this is starting to advance now. Doodoo Dunga has done it, but the matchup that I think stood out to you at the start of this day, Ash, it had to be Aqua versus Don't Lose to Us.
Yeah, definitely. Remember, Aqua was just about, what, 3 points away from getting that first seed and already qualifying? They're out for blood here.
Yeah, and
Absolutely.
in Aqua, we're looking at Jigsaw, we're looking at Slash, and we're looking at Yeezy coming out of Aqua, the team that has come from behind and made their way up. Looking forward to seeing what they're going to do against Don't Lose to Us. We have Lukey Bear, Super Sai, and Z.
And I have to say, look, these are all gamer names. All 6 of them. These are gamer names. You know what I mean? These are folks who are going to show up, get a little sweaty, little bit of try-hard action going on here, and there's no better time to do just that. Hope you guys brought the baby powder for the phones. That's a real thing for those of you at home who don't know. Make sure your fingers aren't slipping all over the place. Don't ask. Anyway, that's a thing. It gets really messy on land. Don't do it. In any case, Ash, all I know is that we had a pretty high bar set in our first matchup here with a 6-0. I don't think we're going to see that here again. As good as Aqua is, I would be very surprised to see that again.
Yeah, these two teams, pretty powerful players. Man, one of the things I love about the North American community, the pro players there, it's a tight-knit community. Everyone knows each other, everyone practices, plays together. All of these guys you've mentioned, Jigsaw, Slash, Z, Yeezy, they all play together, play against each other all the time. They know each other. So it's going to be exciting to see them face off against each other here.
Yeah, and talking about that, that shutting it down in 6 games, I think that's pretty similar to like as we see in Clash of Clans, a perfect war coming through. It's something that doesn't happen that often, but when it does, it's something that's super special. And yeah, most likely we're not going to see that again. But in Verum, why don't you go take yourself a break? Because I think we have some gameplay ready to go take a look at. And we're going on in here on Siege again. Ash.
Yeah, looks like they didn't ban Bell. So both teams running Bell, love it. Love to see the latest brawler in action right now.
Yeah, and that's something that we didn't talk about earlier, that there are brawler bans for each of these rounds, each of these sets. So something that we may want to talk about a little bit later on. You could take away an attack method or a defense method from your opponent when you're going into these.
Yeah, Belle is still one of the strongest brawlers. In my opinion, she's still the best brawler in the game, especially on maps that are open like this. You're going to see any map that's open, you're going to see Belle being used.
Yeah, I don't know. I could learn something because I still am struggling with her personally, but I am not at the level of these players. But it looks like we have a pretty commanding Aqua lead as far as the bolts go right here, holding on to 6, and it really was doing a pretty solid job with the center. Now look at this. We're seeing another bit of sandbag strategy going on right here.
Yeah, unfortunately, the sandbags aren't going to be as effective against Belle, though, because if Belle shoots one of them, it's going to bounce her shots off the bag and onto the enemy. So it's really not what you want against a matchup like Belle. Sure, it worked perfectly last time against Piper, but not so much against Belle.
And you would think with the brawler ban, but hey, here we go, beating it down right now. Oh my goodness, lots of damage happening, taking this down to, wait a second,
Ooh.
15%. Wow, that's a big damage, but man.
It's not over yet, though. All Don't Lose to Us needs right now is one powerful push. The only thing I'm kind of concerned about is they need their super. They need Colonel Ruff's super to open up the mid wall to get a really strong push to finish this. At the same time, look at what Jigsaw's doing. Very clever play. Getting some additional damage down to 9% now. That means Don't Lose to Us needs at least 91% on this push to win it. I don't know if they can do it.
Yeah, it's a level 9 bot as well, so we're going to see some solid defense right over here from Aqua as well, trying to keep this bot off the tower, but
no, it's not going to happen.
No,
Slash is going to
enough.
target that bot with his super. Using Belle's super, if you target the bot, you do additional upwards of 35% more damage. That's just enough to shut it down. Pretty easy defense for Aqua, demanding win on the first game.
I agree. It was a demanding win. It was a really nice defense on the back end. And man, you talked about the sandbag strategy. That's what I'm calling it moving forward. It's the sandbag strategy. And I mean, Belle, completely different than Piper, because when Belle does her shot, it'll go in between any close either enemies or things such as sandbags. So it'll just, one shot will continually beat down those sandbags, and you can then focus on maybe going after some of your opponents instead of having to focus on the sandbag the whole time.
Right. I feel like they probably were trying to take a strategy off Doodoo Dunga's playbook, right? With the Colonel Ruffs and having your sniper, but it just didn't work out because this time Belle was not banned. So with Belle now usable, it's completely different.
Yeah, they should have thought of that, I guess, ahead of time. I bet you they changed up the strategy. Let's get into the next round and see if they actually did. So we have Super Size still rocking that Belle. We have a Barley in here as well, and okay. Yeah, it looks like we have two snipers over here on the Aqua side.
Yeah, Lucky Bear is one of the best thrower player in North America, so it's not a surprise to see him play Barley. Although Barley's not the best brawler on an open range map like this, we can definitely see Lucky Bear making it work.
Yeah, well, when you have one of the best players with a brawler, playing a brawler, even if the map is not ideal, maybe you could see something really special coming out, since he is one of the best, as you said.
Yeah, definitely. Don't Lose to Us making a comeback here. They're starting to get control. Yep, there we go. Great shot by Super Sai. And now they're in control over the mid, and they are going to be able to get more bolts. Look at Lucky Bear dropping that Herbal Tonic gadget to heal back his teammates. Looking very good for Don't Lose to Us right now.
Yeah, it totally is, and I love that you mentioned it. It's not always about grabbing each individual bolt, but more grabbing the position. And right now we have the super being used by Barley, Lucky Bear coming on in with that, but now it looks like the middle has actually switched up a little bit.
Yeah, you know what? Aqua might be able to tie it right here.
They did.
No, they were able to get the push.
Wow.
Okay.
So that was a complete turn of events right there.
Man, if I don't lose to us, I'm ecstatic right now. All I gotta do is just defend this. Looking at Aqua's composition, they don't have a very strong offensive composition, so they can definitely defend this. And the best thing is they have 8 bolts. Just as I'm saying that, they took it down to 9%. Oh my goodness.
I'm sorry, I got excited there, but I thought that Piper was going to snipe that thing out again. It was just a few tiles short.
Right, but still though, like I said, if I'm Don't Lose to Us, I'm kind of thrilled right now because I have so many bolts. I just need one push, and if you're Lucky Bear, you've got that Barley. All you're gonna need is that one push to win it, because Barley is just one of the strongest offensive brawlers in Siege.
Yeah, well, we're going to see if that happens. 28 seconds left. 14 bolts there for Don't Lose to Us. Aqua's going to need to do another one of those insane defenses. What? The game...
No! What? Okay, you know what happened?
No!
It was Zar. Zar just snuck in, and he sniped that turret 2 times. What happened was Lucky Bear flanked. He snuck all the way to the right, waiting for his bot. But I don't think they anticipated Zar to make that play or, go for the dive. And that's what resulted in the win. Yep.
I guess they knew that they were going to have a hard time with that push, so they had to just go on the offense, even though they didn't have the Siege bot to assist. Right. And wow, impressive. I wish I would have seen it, but I'm glad that you completely know exactly what's going on. But Ash, that is the first set is there for Aqua. They took it in only 2 rounds.
Yeah, definitely. There were some key plays, man. At the end, Super Sai kind of left on an island all the way on the left, just too focused on, trying to get a really good offensive push, not really focused on defending right there. And the other problem was, during their defense, Super Sai didn't have that, that super. Remember what I said in the previous game with Bell Super? Got to target that bot. Once you put that target on that bot, you're going to deal 35% more damage, and you're going to be able to defend it much easier.
Yeah, good points there for sure. Let's see what Inverum has to say, what he thought of this round. Different teams, different round. What'd you think?
Impressive, because I think that's so interesting. So one of the things that's sort of a ubiquitous esports term is the idea of win conditions. What are your win conditions? How do you actually walk away with the W? And Aqua did such a good job there of identifying that our win condition is ending it before this massive 12, 13 bolt bot is going to be charging down the midfield. So they did something that's a common term from other, and Ash, I'm going to double check if this is a Brawl Stars term. They backdoored it. They went in right through the back door. They snuck in from behind, took it out. And it's something you'll hear, again, across all these different games, and it held true here in Brawl Stars as well. And I am a little mad if I'm Don't Lose to Us, because they didn't. And they did it in a kind of a cheeky fashion, Echo.
Yeah, they did. I mean, overall, that was, again, a pretty dominant Aqua start to the first set of the day. I mean, I do not think that we're going to see something like we saw last round. I think that Don't Lose to Us is going to come back and be like, you're not doing this to us. You're not doing this in our house, even though it's really no one's house. But I think that it's going to be good moving into the next set. Ash, what are you thinking?
Yeah, looking forward to it, man. It's going to be close. I don't think it's going to be a sweep like last time. I still think it's going to be a pretty close matchup between these two.
Well, why don't we just hop right into it right now in Brawl Ball, and we have Aqua down on the bottom, making their way upward and grabbing that ball. Nice and early. Oh my God! Wow! Oh, what a nut!
Oh, so close. Z almost with that pushback, but unfortunately, Aqua's gonna get that quick first goal.
Yeah, they did. That was extremely quick. I mean, almost a solid defense there. Really nice play, but not enough to shut it down. But here we go. Look at Aqua, not even focusing on the ball, but more taking down all of the defending ball. Wow. Wow.
Very quick game right there. Oh man, it's you know what happened? It's just a matchup. The matchup. We had Terra on the right lane. It's her second gadget, that ability to spawn 3, mini Terras or the 3 shadows, right? And using those to defend against the Stu. And that's how Zar was able to make an aggressive play forward. On the left side, we had Surge, right? We had Jigsaw on Surge being assertive against the Barley, just teleport in. So 2 lanes where, Aqua just had a hard, not Aqua, what am I saying? Don't Lose to Us had a hard time defending.
Yeah, they totally did. I mean, my favorite thing about that was the ignoring of the ball. Don't worry about the ball. I mean, when you look at more regular players that aren't at this level, we're going to run right for that ball and try and run it up and move it up the field, but not over here. Let's see what happens in the round 2, because we're going to jump into that one right now. And Aqua starting off again, getting those snipe shots, but we do have a Poco here. Let's see what that Poco Rosa. We saw that work really well before.
Yeah, this is actually a very favorable matchup for lag. But yeah, favorable matchup for Don't Lose to Us. Having Poco with Rosa versus a comp that doesn't have any tank counter. Zar with Carl, Slash with Bell, and Jigsaw Surge. They have no counter to Poco tank. Still though, they're playing it very well.
Yeah, you're saying how they have no counter yet. It's pretty much a stalemate this far into it. And, Jigsaw, I like the use. I like how he's using Surge right there. It's impressive stuff.
Yeah, it's all about teamwork here. Super Sai and Z, they gotta work together. They can't be too close to each other though when Bell shoots. And then Super Sai has to be in the position to heal his Rosa. Just not having it there, not having it their way there. Zar's gonna go for a goal up there. Very well played.
Well, that was impressive. That was quick. That worked out really nicely. And I mean, what I'm seeing here is it's on Slash. If Slash can keep them back, then they're able to progress and move the ball up the map. Oh, but Rose.
Check this out though. That's what I'm talking about. They have no tank counter. That's what you gotta do. Just gotta go steamrolling forward with your Rosa. Have your Poco support. Super Sai though, he's gotta keep his distance. He's being a little too aggressive, left on his own, and that's not what you want to do as a Poco. You gotta be there. You gotta be behind the Rosa to support your Rosa.
Jigsaw with the score!
Wow.
Oh my goodness, and that is the set going in favor of Aqua. Man, Ash, I mean, that was an impressive push by Rosa. They just they weren't able to protect Poco after that goal. Yeah. And impressive though. I'm sorry, I'm excited. I'm cutting you off, but let's bring it in Varum so he can cut you off.
I'm super excited too.
Look, all I know is that had to have been one of my favorite play-by-play moments of the night so far, when that goal went, and the second you think everybody's respawning and trying to block the ball and he's just trying to muscle his way on through. That's why I love Brawl Ball, because Echo, I have to echo that point. Ah, nice. All these players, the gut instinct is to go after the ball, but then you realize you're actually playing soccer, and sometimes putting it off to the side and repositioning, getting control, is what you actually need to be doing. So if you're a player looking to get better at Brawl Stars, particularly here, Ash, what a fantastic game to learn from.
Yeah, definitely. And what I loved what Aqua did there, they all just targeted at Poco. You can see that they knew that, they didn't have much of an answer for the Rosa being supported by Poco. So what do? What do you do you go for the support. You go for the Poco. That's exactly what they did. Constantly double team, triple team that Poco. Eliminate the Poco, no support for Rosa, easy win.
Yeah, I mean, I think they did a really nice job showing that when Poco can't stand, Poco can't heal, and then Rosa can't push. It's pretty much that simple. And they made it look easy, although it's probably not as easy
it's not that simple.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
They made it look simple, but definitely not as simple as it looked there. These, of course, we're talking about pro players. They know exactly what they're doing. The teamwork behind them, it's just amazing.
Yeah.
And actually, I got to jump in here because it feels like a bit of a similar story to match number 1, Echo. This idea of the second you give a team that's this good an inch, they will take a mile. The second there's a weakness, one of your flanks is open, they will go for that pinch every single time. So I'm excited to see if they keep doing it here in set number 3. Lads, take it away.
Let's get into it. And you said it right there. We're inside of Hot Zone, and it is set number 3. We're only 4 rounds in, and we're already into set number 3. So Aqua's going to try and capitalize off of this lead right now. Ash taking it over here to Hot Zone.
Yeah, very interesting comp choice. They decided to go with the Colt B comp. What it is, basically, you got to use that silver bullet gadget with Colt to open up the map. And once the map is open, it becomes much easier for Slash to deal with the enemies. However, not as open as they'd like here. So I'm looking at Don't Lose to Us to take this game if they can maintain control as they are doing right now.
Yeah, they're actually taking pretty good control of that. Look at that tick, just keeping everyone far back. Slash not able to advance, even though Slash is wearing that brand new beautiful skin. And Super Sai doing a nice job with those sandbags, holding down that left hot zone.
Yeah, the thing about Aqua is they're running a comp that's more geared towards the late game. They need the walls down. You see those walls at the mid? As long as those walls are there, Don't Lose to Us are going to have a pretty comfortable time. And look at that. Oh, man. This is a commanding lead. 100% to just 29.
Yeah, that was definitely a commanding lead, and that's what Don't Lose to Us needed. They're not getting wiped out. They're not getting swept. They're going to come in here to battle. And I think, like you mentioned, on top of being great players, they also had the proper comp. They were able to take advantage of that. They were pulling the win for that round.
Yeah, I mean, like, Aqua had a pretty decent comp. It's just risky. It's very risky, especially, you know, running a B in a map like this against the Tick. B is one of the brawlers that really struggles against throwers like Ticks because, you know, she has no way to get by those walls, right? So you're going to need to rely on your Colt to provide you with those supers, open up the map, make it open so that you can actually thrive on it.
Yeah, it seems like there's a lot that you have to rely on before that B could work. But the question is,
right.
Are you jealous of the skin?
Oh man, no, I just got it. I just got it. I love the custom effects, man. It's gotta be one of my favorite. Every time a new skin just comes out, I'm like, yeah, this is my new favorite skin. It just happens like that. I don't know. I don't know if you have that too. Like, do you have that feeling?
I do. Across all Supercell games, by the way, but I now know that your YouTube channel supports your skin addiction. That's what happens here. That's how you are always getting the new skins. But man, back to the gameplay. Impressive stuff. I'm really happy to see that Don't Lose to Us was able to take a stand. Hopefully this is the anchor that they needed to kind of turn themselves around, to get that momentum and start taking it to move forward so that we can keep this all rolling on into more rounds, more sets. And looks like they're probably taking a few seconds to get themselves set up. And you know why? Because they want to make that perfect combination. So I mean, Aqua's trying to figure out how they're gonna prevent that from happening again, because that's the first time in this entire match that we've seen a domination from Don't Lose to Us versus it usually coming from the side of Aqua.
Yeah, I feel like, you know, they might actually just run conventional, just go Rico, Surge, and Tick and be like, yeah, let's just outplay them, run the same comp. I feel like that's what their strategy is going to be right now.
The question is, do they think they're better? And if you think you're better and you have a mirror matchup, then you're going to go with it. Let's jump into the gameplay and see if you called it right. I always like putting you to the test, Ash, to see if you called it right.
Check it out.
My man, you know what you're talking about.
The Rico, Surge, and Tick, exactly what they're running here. I love what Super Sai is doing on the right with that. Stu, unfortunately, he's going to be pushed back. Pretty low, though. Looking really good on the right for Luki and Z. Full control over that. Zar completely missed it. Well, he didn't miss the super. It's more so Luki used that invulnerability gadget of Tick to completely just, you know, take that super from Zar.
Yeah, I see that. Now Rico's coming back. Zar's and Zar taken out again. Respawn, back and back to respawn. And right now, looks like we have that Tick, Luki Bear, completely dominating again, using another thrower.
Right, you can see it both sides, both zones. Tick dominating, right? It's pretty much a mirror, but looking at Don't Lose to Us, they do have the lead, and right now they're working on getting that control. Z's super low. He's gonna back up, and this might be enough for Aqua to get some control back of this game.
Yeah, they definitely do have an opening here. The question is, are they gonna be able to take advantage of it? We do have that super-sized Stu and Luki Bear holding down that left-hand zone for now, and Rico trying to put a little pressure on them, then going back to his own zone.
Yeah, looking at it, the right zone has been completely, you know, completed by Don't Lose Us. So all Don't Lose Us needs to focus on is the left zone. As long as they hold control of that left zone, they will win this game, guaranteed.
And I'm just watching those. Oh, those tick mines did what they were supposed to do. Now trying to hold it down. Oh, I saw that stew ability back there as well. Nice job right here, but they're right back into it. And this one is going to go to Don't Lose to Us. And they, listen, they may be that may be their thing. Hot zone may be their thing. It may be their strongest point because they came through and they dominated the same way that they were dominated in the rounds before. So in Verum, come on back. We have a turn of tables right here. And you know, as we said, things change over here in Brawl Stars.
I'm getting flashbacks to last play-in for sure. But I think, Ash, you called something early on. You planted the seeds in my mind, and then I started looking for it more and more. And it was Lukey Bear on those throwers. He is the anchor for this team. The second he's able to set himself up, dig himself in like a tick, on one of these sides, he is just able to command an entire half of the map. He creates so much space, and then popping that gadget, just running in, just decimating his opponents. It's so awesome to see one player who, again, throwers tend to be more of a support role, quote unquote. They're offering a little bit of utility for the team, helping to create space and zone, but he was doing so much more. And I think this map, Hot Zone in particular, really showcased that. So I think if there are more of these game modes where Lukey Bear can really shine, I mean, we may go to game number 5. I don't think this is Echo. I don't think this is anyone's game yet.
No, it's not. I mean, it's anyone's game right now. But I think I hear you saying that if Lukey Bear can use that throwing ability to their advantage, that's going to be what makes the team propel and maybe even come through and win this thing in the end. I mean, you put a lot of pressure on Lukey Bear right now, man.
Good. Good. More pressure. Good. No, this is for all the marbles. You don't want to get knocked down to the lower bracket at this point. And Ash, you've seen this player play before. You know he can stand up to it.
Yeah, Lukey Bear. I mean, most people in North America refer to Lukey Bear as, you know, one of the, probably the best thrower player, the best tick, barley, dyna, sprout player in North America. So yeah, definitely showcasing his ability today.
In Verum, go have a break. Let's get into some more gameplay as we're coming into Bounty, which, you know, a little fun fact, this is my favorite game mode of the 5 that we look at here tonight. And the first time that we're seeing it right here, right now. And are we looking at a mirror matchup? We are, Ash. Yeah,
we are. And loving it, Jigsaw and Z with the ticks. And then we got Lukey Bear versus Slash with their sprouts on the left. Aqua does have the lead, though.
There's so much going on. There's so many things exploding everywhere. It's hard to look and actually see what's happening. But those ticks just completely spamming everything out. Plus those, oh my God, it's just so much stuff from the outsides. And then the sniper matchup in the middle.
Yeah, I feel like what's going to be most important here, just as I was saying that, is going to be Bell, that sniper capability. Because a tick versus tick or a sprout versus sprout, you're not going to get anywhere with that. It's going to come down to how well your Bell plays and how well she can support through the mid. Get those 2v1s, get those pinches to get those kills.
Yeah, what I love about this is, you know, this game mode can be flip-flop back and forth, especially when it's so reliant on one of your mids playing. And as you mentioned, that's what's happening. But it looks like they're getting pushed back a little bit right here. Aqua's getting, I mean, they are still behind wall, but they are getting pushed back towards their spawn.
Yeah, that's the thing about Bounty. Even if you have a lead, right, like 5-3, it doesn't really say much as long as you keep control. But looking really good for Don't Lose to Us, as long as they can keep, push the enemy back here all the way to their spawn and capitalize on it by getting a single kill at the end, they can definitely take that game. And as you can see right there, took out Slash. That's all they needed, and now Z needs to make his way back, though. Did he make it back? No! He ran out of gadgets.
And look at this, Aqua taking the lead, 6 seconds left, 6-13 right now, and they just have to sit pretty and stay safe. And they're gonna pull in this round in set number 4.
Yeah.
That one for Aqua.
Man, you could see it right there, Z trying to run. You saw it, right? He was like running, trying to run for his life against the tick head. He just ran out of gadgets. You only have 3 uses, right, with that invulnerability. So he ran out. He just needed to take it out, stay back. There was only about 10 seconds left. They would have had that in the bag, but because they lost Z, they had to go aggressive, and of course, didn't work out for them at the end. That's really unfortunate.
Yeah, you heard it right here. You have to watch out for the tick head, guys. And right now, it looks like we have another mirror matchup again. And let's see if it's going to go down the same way. I mean, I was really impressed with how Don't Lose to Us was pushing Aqua back, but they weren't able to capitalize on it on that last round. Let's see what happens this time around with Don't Lose to Us getting an early lead, and then it's actually tied up again, 3-3.
Yeah, more aggressive start this time. I'd say, keep an eye on Super Saiyan and Zar. Their abilities to shoot at enemy tick or Sprout to finish them off. That's what's going to win them the game. Look at Zar, as you can see, helping Jigsaw double team Z, but on the other side, Cookie Bear, can he connect those shots and finish off Zar? Because Zar is super low here. He's trying his best. There we go. There's the kill.
Zar's strafing was on point, though, bobbing and weaving, staying away for as long as he possibly could, but then that Sprout bush just trapped him in there and he couldn't get away. Right now, though, I mean, Aqua's still climbing up, but Don't Lose to Us was pushing them back quite a bit, but it looks like it's going to be going now in the other direction as Don't Lose to Us is getting backed up to their own spawn.
Yeah, remember, even if you're up by like 2 stars, you can't relax. You got to keep the enemy team back. And right now, even though Don't Lose to Us has the 2-star lead, they're being pushed all the way to the brink here.
Oh, and Super Saiyan barely has any health left, down to 50, but staying alive. Look at this. There's the tick head we spoke about, and now just spam everywhere. And Zar taking in that snipe, taking down Super Saiyan.
Yeah, they did manage to take out Jigsaw, but look at the blue star. Aqua has the blue star, and as long as they have that with a tie, they're going to win this game. So right now, Lucky Bear being very aggressive, trying to take out Jigsaw on the right. Zar is so low. He just needs one. Oh
my
man.
God. Oh, but he gets another kill on top of it.
It didn't happen. Oh my goodness. That was insane.
Ash, Aqua is going to be moving on. Match win for Aqua. They're moving forward to the challenge, and this was, it didn't go down in 3 different sets. It went down in 4, but really impressive, Ash.
That was crazy. Zar had 5 stars, and he had the blue star, and he was at around 570 health. Aqua, all Don't Lose to Us had to do was get one of those mines to connect, and that could have been, a completely different story.
Yeah, I completely agree. It was definitely impressive. Let's bring in Varum back. Come on back, man. It was a short break for you, but man, that was impressive.
It wasn't a break. I was watching. My heart is pounding. I can't imagine what it's like to be one of these players. Zar, happy feet. Oh my goodness. Walking straight off the set of Dirty Dancing and into our Brawl Stars game. Absolutely nutty. You talked about the strafing and this idea that when a player is low, the gut instinct is to move back. But when you're dealing with a double thrower composition, they just pushed forward, just right past the mines, right up into their opponents, and just saying, look, you're going to have to deal with us at point blank range. And that Bell wasn't missing shots. Absolutely wild. They absolutely deserve that space here in the ESL Mobile Challenge. Ash, as we take a look back at the gameplay, this was one heck of a series.
Yeah, it was, man. Slash right here, getting some good damage, and that's all they needed was continual pressure, control, and Aqua just, I don't know, man, just dominated this series from what I've seen. What do you think, Echo?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it really, again, and I feel like we can tell the same story with teams that are going to be winning in this fashion. It's about the teamwork and the compositions that they put together. Now, we did see Hot Zone be taken by Don't Lose to Us, but that was the only game mode that was taken and actually dominated by Don't Lose to Us. Every other game mode, Aqua took in commanding fashion, and a lot of that had to do with the brawler compositions and how well they played together as a team.
Right, and even the mirror matchups, right, in Split, we had Rico, Surge, and Tick being used. They just came down to, the team that played it better, where we had, Don't Lose to Us, Lucky Bear and his Tick, but then we had on Bounty, we had Zaro, just weaving all over the place with his Bell, and getting those key snipes, especially that snipe at the end on Super Saiyan, to get just enough stars to win it.
Yeah, and I think that may have been one of the most exciting moments from all of the rounds out of all of the sets that we just saw in this matchup was some of the sniper gameplay, and that's something I've really come to appreciate of how it really comes down to that long-range game. And you have the other brawlers on the outside, as we're seeing right here, the throwers on the outside just kind of trying to keep everything in control in the lanes, and then have that center lane where the main action goes down as far as the commanding the actual round itself.
Right. Just look at Zar here, man. With those 5 stars, just look at him. 578 health. Z just needed one of those mines There was like 10 mines on the field. If one of those hit,
Yeah.
wow.
You don't back up when you're hurting. You go forward against the tick, right? That's what Czar
Right.
says.
Apparently, I mean, look, the first thing that came to my mind when we started watching that and the double thrower came out for both teams, some of them was like, we're playing Space Invaders. That's what's happening here. There is nowhere safe. This is a bullet hell game now, and there is no safe place to be. The whole area is a minefield, and good luck to all of our players. But wow, you know what? I need to give you guys just a little bit of a break, and I need to learn a little bit more about some of the teams who've already advanced on to our ESL Mobile Challenge. I got a chance to sit down and talk with Charles, so let's take a look at that. Hey, Charles, thanks so much for taking the time to sit down and chat with me. I just wanted to get a little bit of history, learn a little bit more about you and your team. So tell me, how did you guys form? Give me a quick synopsis.
Basically, we got created through David, and we became IX Academy.
Awesome. Tell us a little bit more what it was like, you know, putting the squad together, going into this tournament. Talk about the prep, the practice. What was that like?
We were scrimming once or twice every day up until the tournament.
It's pretty substantial then. Not it was like once or twice, like, oh, once or twice, like a week. So no, basically practicing every single day is what you're trying to say, and it definitely shows with your overall performance because there's a lot of tough squads in this competition for sure. Are there any other teams in particular that you have your eyes on?
I think Tribe is a really strong team right now. They're doing pretty well.
They've obviously been together for a while, got quite a bit of history in the scene.
Yeah.
But what do you think it takes to overcome a team like that? Is it one individual player stepping up, or do you feel like it's all of you sort of coming together to overcome a challenge of a team like Tribe?
I think a lot of practice together and building a lot of chemistry and working well together as a team can maybe overcome Tribe.
It's certainly, especially when you watch at this really high level of competitive play, the smallest little lapse in teamwork can definitely cost you. So I agree, just continuing to build up that synergy, looking really darn solid. Obviously, you know, you're going into a pretty tough series of competition here. So before I say goodbye, do you have any shout outs? Any shout outs to friends or family or fans who are cheering you on?
Shout out to my teammates, I guess. And that's all.
Awesome. Well, they're going to be by your side the whole way through. So best of luck in the games.
Yeah.
Always got to give a big shout outs to the teammates because without them, none of this would be possible. Excited to see what that IX Academy squad can do here. Again, they're in pretty good company now, of course, joining the winner of that last matchup as well. But let's take a look at our leaderboard, Echo. Let's remind the folks exactly where we're at.
Yeah, right now we had Don't Lose to Us and Monkeys drop down to the lower bracket. So we have Aqua and Doodoo Dunga moving on to the challenge round. And what we're going to be looking at next is Monkeys versus Ion Gaming, trying to keep themselves alive in the lower bracket. Double elimination. Whoever loses now is going home.
Yeah, and we have the 5-game modes: Bounty, Gem Grab, Siege, Heist, and Hot Shot. I'm loving the maps here. Lots of maps with bushes. I expect to see a lot of Terra. Expect to see, let's see, we got Kaboom Canyon. Expect to see Piper. Man, a lot of open maps and bushy maps. This is going to be fun.
Sounds like we got a lot of options for these teams to play around with. And Monkeys, they're going to need to shake off that loss. I'm really looking towards Edlu as well as Knight. Really need to step up here because they're going up against some pretty tough competition. And I think for them, Ion Gaming, we've seen them a lot. RBM was a player that I really was keeping my eye on, Ash, during these weekly recaps. They're a team that impressed me a lot. What do you think about Ion Gaming?
Yeah, I feel like they might be the underdog in this tournament. These guys, new team, newly formed, and they've been playing very well on the ladder. So excited to see what they can bring today here.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what Monkeys is going to do. You know, they're not happy with their previous performance that we just saw a little bit ago. They're going to want to have a little bit of anger in their sleeves right now, and I think they're going to show us something good. That's my prediction. I mean, we're not officially doing predictions, but I just gave it.
No, look, I like it here because you get a little bit more stake into things. Anger in their sleeves. Echo. Oh my, is that like a trick up there too? Are there? I'm looking forward to where this is. No, look, no, keep laughing, Echo. It's going to be a long show. We're going to have plenty of these. And look, all I know for them is I need them to not monkey around in this game. I need them to serious up. That was the lowest hanging fruit. You only get one of them. Guys, there's only one. I took it. I'm sorry. It's gone now. But no, I think for them, it's all about shaking off the mental and the reset. And this is something, again, that's true across all games, all esports. I don't care how veteran you are. Shaking off a loss like that will be the single biggest thing this team can do. And Ash, you've been in a situation. You've played it at a high level before. How tough is it to shake off a loss like that?
It really depends on the person. And like you said, I've been in these positions before, and I've actually played with some of these players. I've actually played with Eric EX back in like 3 years ago. We used to play in Nova Cups together, so I know them, and I'm positive you're gonna see them make some great plays here.
Yeah, and we're here on Bounty with, I believe we're looking at Snake Prairie, and we have a lot of bush to deal with here, which always gets me scared. I'm always worried about what's around the corner.
Yeah, I love that Eric is going with Piper. I love Piper on this map. You can deal so much damage, about 3,000 damage with just one shot in this map, thanks to our ambush star power.
Yeah, and we're going to see a lot of that. I mean, honestly, it sounds to me like you like Piper on every single map. Let's be real here, Ash. But,
it is my favorite.
I know. But I like how they're using Bo over there to all power themselves up and then kind of, wait patiently behind. We've seen this happen before in the last time that we were here together, and it looks like that same strategy is being used right now by Barsh.
Yeah, I mean, Rose is going to be pretty key in this matchup. That ability to slow everyone down in the bushes, thanks to her second gadget. All you gotta do is pop it, and you can just slow everyone that's hidden in the bush. And you can also scout them, so it's a very powerful gadget for this map.
Yeah, and it looks like we even have Monkeys back there using the same strategy as well, trying to get some of those filled up, get some of those skills filled up and take advantage of that. And, it's being used on both sides of the map right now. And to be honest with you, I mean, we have a Monkeys lead right here, 10-3, but we've seen it before. 30 seconds left is a good amount of time, although there's not one player that's dominating with the stars overhead.
Right, so, nice shot by Eric right there. So they do have a nice lead, 6-star lead. There's only 15 seconds left. What Edlu needs to do right now is just go full aggro. Just go all in with your super and just keep them back, because the other team, they don't have much time, and you're only carrying 2 stars, right? If you die, doesn't matter. Your team's still gonna win. Yeah,
and you called it right there. Edlu heard you. You're in his ear again, and you did exactly what you said he needed to do. With only 2 stars overhead, you're not going to be able. You're not sacrificing much. Go on in, maybe get a kill. Right. Definitely push them back, and even if you do get taken down yourself, you're not giving away too many stars to lose the round. So worked out really nicely. But I think I found you being an Eric fan, at least while he's playing Piper.
I mean, like I said, Eric and I, we go way back. We used to play in tournaments together. We've won so many tournaments together. So yeah, pretty excited to see him play today. So that's all I gotta say.
And Verum asked you a little bit earlier about how do you rebound from taking losses and having to come back. What he didn't realize is you don't ever lose, man. I mean, back in the day, you retired on top. I don't know. Did you ever lose in Brawl Stars, Ash? I mean, you were like top of the top.
I mean, yeah, of course. Of course.
Just kidding.
I wouldn't say I was top of I don't know where you're coming up with all this.
Talking smack is what I'm doing, just having some fun. But as we sit right now, Monkeys came through. As we said, I don't know where I come in with my puns about having anger up their sleeves or whatnot, but they took that first round, exactly what they wanted to do. They came through the first match. They didn't get any victories, so they got one under their belt right now. They're going to try and build off of that. Let's get into the next round, see if they're able to continue with the advantage that they currently have.
Yeah, looks like they're going to stick with the Rosa. And on the other side, we have RBM switching to Rosa as well, just showing how powerful Rosa can be on this map with our gadgets. Edlu going to pop that gadget, slow them all down. As you can see, they're having a hard time moving, and they're all clumped up. This is a key time for Eric to go for some kills. Going to get another hit, and they're just going to back up with the lead.
Yeah, I really like how they're able to just kind of predict where their opponents are inside of the bush as well. It's really impressive how they know when spawns are happening, and they know, I guess they all know where the spots are for hiding out for sure. But it's really impressive to watch for me, watching from over
definitely.
here.
A map like this, Snaker, you gotta know this map by heart. Just key places where the enemy could be hiding, mostly behind walls. RBM doing a good job going aggressive. I don't think he's gonna be able to get the kill. He's gonna need to back up. But Edlu's not gonna allow that. He's gonna pop that guy, just slow them down. Nice shots by Knight. I don't know if Knight can survive here. Whoa.
Knight did, just by a hair as well, strafing away from the Bee's shot. But really nicely done. A little bit of luck possibly, but it worked out really well for him. 8-1 right now. Monkeys is in the lead already, but again, still early.
Yeah, what I love is that, now Knight, he's going to drop his mines on the left side. And those mines, what they're going to do is they're going to open those bushes. And as you can see, both lanes, left and right side, they're open. So there's nowhere for Ion Gaming to sneak. They can't sneak anywhere. RBM's going to drop one of his gadgets. I don't know what he was doing there. Why would you run that gadget with Piper, the bush gadget, on the bushy map? That has to be a misplay.
Oh, I don't know. I would be asking you that question. You definitely shouldn't be asking me that question. But yes, it makes total sense. When everything is bush, why bring more bush? But it looks like, oh man, Monkeys, they've come to make a statement here, and they're doing it right now.
Yeah, I think RBM just screwed over himself right there, running the wrong gadget with Rosa. He was supposed to run the slowdown gadget. That didn't work out very well for him there.
No, it didn't. But you know what? Monkeys took advantage. They come in, taking down the first set in 2-0 fashion. They looked really impressive there. And you mentioned earlier on that they were a very good team. They just didn't play to their potential. Hey, come on back, and Verum, let's talk about that one a little bit. We saw a different side of Monkeys this time around.
That's what we're looking for. That's how you shake off a loss. You come back. You look solid from start to finish. It's exactly the kind of gameplay that I'm looking for from these teams. And again, some of the way they were able to communicate together, utilization of gadgets, obviously important here on this map, but also just some really nice precision. I think that was one of the most well-rounded games we've seen from them. There wasn't an accident their opponent was only able to get like 1 star at the end of the game. Ash, for sure. They looked really, really solid.
Yeah, for sure. Man, I feel like RBM's probably kicking himself right now for using the wrong gadget. Definitely didn't work out for him there. Not having that slowdown. It's not just slowdown. There's also some damage which you can use for scouting the enemy. That's how they know, oh yeah, you're hiding on that area. So having that, particular gadget for Rosa is just super, super important.
Yeah, and I mean, like I said, Monkeys took advantage of that. And when you saw that being used, you instantly said it. This is the wrong place to be using that gadget. But hey, it's time to move on. We're going to move on to the next round, to the next set, and see what comes through. See if who is it? Ion Gaming can actually put their feet in the ground and make a stand.
And I believe it's Gem Grab, which I feel like for a lot of folks is like one of the first game modes that they start with in Brawl Stars. It's sort of an old reliable here for a lot of people. So it's sort of going back to basics. It's all about shot. It's all about team cohesion. It's all about getting the right pinches, capitalizing on opponents who are overextending, taking good map control, spawn trapping your opponents, taking the center over, collecting up those gems. There's a lot of basics that I think apply to a lot of the other game modes that you can really apply and hone here in this game mode. So I'm excited to see if, Monkeys can continue the trend or if Ion will be able to step back a little bit, because I think it'll be a good indicator for me if Ion can take the distance, go all 5 games per se, if they can get the win here. Going down 0-2, Ash is never a fun situation to be in.
Yeah, man, the 2 bans for Ion Gaming were Terra and Amber, and on the other side for the other team, Max and Stu. So those are the 4 bans. So we're not really going to see much Terra. Very good bans, I'd say, especially because Double Swish is a really strong map for Terra.
Yeah, it looks like they've already started. And of course, we're going to see Gene over here, right, Ash?
Yeah, Gene, probably the best mid on this map. Getting Gene's super is going to be key. It's going to be key because with that quick super, you're going to be able to get quick controls, quick pulls for quick control, I should say.
Yep, exactly. And I heard you say that the last time we met up, and then I saw it happen over and over again. It seems like Gene is kind of a staple in every single time we're going to be watching Gem Grab, unless if Gene's banned.
Exactly, yeah. It's either Gene or something else like, like 8-bit, or if Bell, I mean, Bell's an option. They didn't ban Bell, so we can definitely see Bell being used maybe in the next game. We'll see.
Yeah,
We'll have to see.
I'll tell you, before this night started, I said to myself, I want to see some Pam tonight, and we're seeing Knight use Pam right now. And I love Pam on these maps in Gem Grab when you could just drop her super, get that heal station set, and kind of, take control of the map.
Yeah, looking really good for Monkeys. They got 9 gems, but if you're Ion Gaming, you shouldn't be sweating right now, because all it's going to take is if you can get 1 super with your Gene and just get a single pull on any of these brawlers, you can bring the game back. RBM did a great job with that aggressive play, but he's not going to make it out here, which is totally fine, because look at Pain. Pain's got some gems. Oh, actually not fine, because he did bring them that 10th gem. He kind of gave them the 10th gem, and now Monkeys in control with 10 gems. This is going to be hard to overcome.
Completely in control, and you got Pam up there using, I mean, she's a tanky brawler right there, plus she got her heal station that she can use as well. But look at this, gems were slammed.
He doesn't have any more gadgets left, but he can get his super. He's gonna run away with it. He's gonna run away with all his gems.
Oh
wow,
my god,
I can't believe he just did that. He dove in with that flying hook gadget, stole the gems, and then got his super to make that escape with all the gems. That was a really good play by RBM right there. Wow.
I mean, it kind of had to happen. He had to get in there and get it done. I mean, you said that they were pretty safe back there, but then RBM did what he had to do to steal those away in like thief-like fashion. Pretty impressive stuff. And I mean, again, not wanting to go down. Something also worth noting is we haven't gone to 5 different matches here, or 5 different sets here today. So every match has ended in either, 3 or 4 sets. So, it would be nice to see some go all the way to 5 so we could see all of the game modes being played by the players. But I mean, again, impressive stuff right there at Ion.
Yeah, especially with 2 really good teams like these. Man, I feel like maybe Monkeys were a little too focused on the enemy Gene, trying to prevent getting pulled by him, that they completely forget about, Carl. Carl can dive in with that flying hook gadget, and then when he gets that super, that's when he becomes, really hard to deal with, because he's going to be able to escape with your gems that way.
Yeah,
never, keep your eye off of him.
I'm sure they won't forget it next time. Let's hop into the next round. And as it sits right now, we have Ion Gaming up 1-0, and it looks like we have a Colette in here this time around, and we also we have Eric shooting that snipe again.
Belle, yeah, like I said in the previous game, expect to see some Belle because she wasn't banned. So I like the change here. Barhaz on the left, he's got Colette with super. Looking very good for him. Colette was a really, really good pick because Colette's one of the best brawlers to deal with Pam.
Why is that? I guess we could talk about that later. Let's focus on the gameplay right now. But Pam doing what she does best. I love that little healing that she does. Trying to take out that Carl, and she does, but then Gene gets that final shot. But they're also holding down the center, they are.
Yeah, but look at Edlu. He does have the pull, so that's going to keep Pain back. Pain has to retreat. Both the Genes kind of had a stalemate here. They both have their pulls, and now both teams, they're definitely going to play it conservatively because they don't want to get pulled.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's something that you have to think about. But look at Pam going in strong right there, but getting taken down by the Colette. Really nicely done. A little bit of a double team over there on the right. What'd you say?
I did not like that pull by Edlu. He kind of used that pull, but kind of a waste. And now Pain's going to get that pull on Pam. Pain, as you can see, quickly getting his super back, and Edlu nowhere near his super. So looking very, very good for Ion right now. RBM trying to pick up some gems and then Gadget out of there. Is he going to be able to? Pain just needs one more. He's got to be careful, though. He used his super but missed.
No, man, it's interesting how game mode to game mode, you could tell that teams feel more comfortable, or at least maybe it's the matchups themselves. But man, look at this. We do have, Knight's going to be able to grab at least one of those gems.
Right,
Carl.
but it's not over yet.
Nope.
It's not over yet. Ugh. Look at Edlu. He does have pull with his Gene. If he can get either Pain or the Carl with his pull, this can definitely be it can definitely turn around here.
Well, he's got only 4 seconds to do it. Oh,
it's just too late.
Staying alive. We have Ion Gaming taking set number 2. So now we're tied up. Set 1 going to Monkeys, and Ion Gaming taking set 2, both in 2 rounds each. So we're even as of right now as we get into the next set. And Varen, what do you think? Come on back.
Okay. Expectations window. There we go. Ouch, out there. I'm kind of floored because Ion just absolutely fought back. I mean, there were so many moments there where I thought it was about to go the other way. But that first game in particular, that last minute clutch play, there's a term we say, it's clutch or kick. When your back is against the wall, what can you do? And the answer in this case was absolutely go clutch. I asked to see them do well here on map number 2. I asked to see them tied up 1-1. And Echo, that is exactly what we did see. You asked for a match number 5, or a set number 5, I should say. We may be seeing it here.
We may be. I mean, we're only 2 in. I like that it's a tight. I like that it's tight. You know, I want to see some teams battle it out. And again, this is typical of lower brackets over here. In all of the games that we see, when you're in the lower bracket, it's do or die. There's no cushion anymore, and no one wants to go home. When you've made it this far, you're already ecstatic that you're this far along. When going home is on the line, you play at a different level. I really do feel that you play it like it's do or die when you're in the lower bracket.
Yeah, 100%. For sure. I like I said, I love that Colette pick. Colette was a great pick against Pam or Carl, and mainly because they're, high health brawlers. So any brawler that has, high health, Colette's a beast at, because the way she does damage is percentage based. First shot, 35%. It's a lot of damage.
Yeah, that's a great point. I'm glad that we touched on that again really quickly here. I didn't want to cut in too much during the game, but great point. It's based on the percentage. I'm glad that you were able to throw that in there. Sorry, Inverum.
No, it's because you really saw it shut down there. Pam was trying to go in, throw down the heel, be that aggressive frontline bully. That's how you expect the Pam to play. And they were just like, nah, get out of here. Like bursting her through it. And we saw that multiple times over the course of the match. And it was one of those perceptions where it's, I think I am X amount of strong, and I wasn't. So we'll see if that changes things up as we get into our next set. Lads, take it away.
Yeah, we're back to Siege again. We've been seeing quite a bit of it. And look at this. We have what do you think of these combos? A Pam again being used by Knight. My hopes have been answered here today as Pam gets taken down.
Yeah, Pam is a beast on this map. I kind of feel like Ion made a mistake, but it actually worked out for them. They got 3 bolts and they're gonna get the first push. Basically on this particular map at the start, the bolts are gonna spawn on the left and right side, and Ion had 2 people going to the middle, right? And they still ended up getting all the bolts and getting the push. That was wow. I can't believe that.
Yeah, I mean, worked out okay. And we're still looking at a 100 to 100%. You know, I noticed that Pam, or I should say Knight, playing as Pam, used the brawler body to slow down the bot a little bit. I like that. When you have the extra HP, you're able to take a few shots from that robot to prevent it from going into your tower.
Yeah, Pam is one of the best defenders in Siege. She's got a lot of health. She's got a lot of power, especially up close. I love how Knight used his super plus that Mama Squeeze star power. If you place it on the brawler, you're going to deal about 800 damage per second, and that's how he won that matchup against Farhaz. Now they're going to get a pretty strong push here, level 7 bot. Main concern for Monkeys, though, they don't have a wall breaker. They don't really have strong offense here. They got really good defense. Not the best offense, but let's see if they can make do with that really good push.
God. Yeah,
wow.
You're saying they don't have a wall breaker. I'm watching their percentage go down to 0 on one push. Man. Oh my God.
You know what happened there? It's because Ion had no defense. They got a Tick, Surge, and Carl. These are not brawlers you want to defend with. So they had no answer there. They went all in on offense. That's the thing you gotta keep in mind when you're coming up with comps in Siege. You gotta ask yourself, what is our brawler for defense? What is our bolt picker, right? What's our offense? And I don't know, their comp just didn't look suitable for any defense there.
So I guess they were really overconfident in their ability to grab the bolts, pop up the offense, and have a solid offensive push, but then they were backed into a corner. But they're probably listening to Coach Ash right now, recreating another set. So let's get into the next round and see if they actually change up their composition. Prediction is that they will be, I'm sure.
Okay, so Knight going with Sprout. Kind of surprised with that pick because Pam worked out very well. And I'm not a big fan of Sprout on this map. It's a very open map, but we'll have to see. I'm also very surprised that Ion Gaming decided to stick with the comp rather than switching things up.
I mean, from what you were saying, that was their biggest downfall, was the inability to defend. And I guess their thought is that they could really get those bolts and go on the offense. But level 2 bot's going to be taken down pretty easily right here.
Yeah, looking at Monkeys, they're really not going to be able to make much use of this bot other than just maintain control. But look at Ion Gaming. They've already secured 3 bolts, so as long as they can get some more bolts, get a push, they could definitely win this game.
Yeah, I mean, 21% of that tower was taken down already from that little push. I mean, that's kind of impressive. Plus, they had that position. We have the Sprout in the middle right now trying to do a little bit of work, grabbing a few bolts along the way. Oh, looks like Ion is up on the bolt advantage.
Yeah, there's only about like 8 seconds until the next push. Now, if Monkeys can tie it up here, nope, they're not going to be able to. So that means Ion Gaming is going to get the push. Eric needs to be ready. He needs to get his super with Bell. There's the super. And watch what Eric does as he respawns. He's going to drop that super on that bot, and that's going to make it much easier to defend. So right there, as you can see, he targeted the bot, and look how quickly they can deteriorate this bot.
Wow. Okay, you called it 100% the strategy there, and that worked out nice. I also love that Sprout play, as Sprout completely blocked the direction for that robot, so it couldn't make it the easy way to the tower.
It's going to be tough. It's still going to be tough for them because they need full control right now. I don't know if that's going to happen because Ion Gaming is in really good control over the mid, and there's only about 10 seconds left. I think they've got it. I think Ion Gaming has this in the bag.
He's calling it this early. 30 seconds left, and Ash is calling it. But look at this. We have a couple of bolts being grabbed right there. Here comes the bot. What level bot are we looking at right now? Level 10. It's going to be tough, as you said, but trying to sacrifice the body. Sprout stayed up there, knowing it couldn't do too much damage against the bot. Oh, here we go.
It's futile. It's futile. It's just not going to be enough to stop this level 10 bot from getting to your turret.
Well,
you know what? Yeah, Ion's going to take it.
Yep, you called it, man. And I mean, you predicted it before it even happened. That's because you saw the position that was going on. You saw the ability for Ion to be able to capitalize, grab those bolts, get that big push towards the end. Worked out well for them.
Yeah. And also, right from the start, I was saying how Knight went with Sprout. I did not like that at all. It didn't work. And a big reason was when you give up Pam, you give up defense. You don't have that big, big high damage brawler health. You don't have a bolt picker anymore, right? They didn't have any brawler to pick up bolts after, they gave up on Pam. So that's what they were struggling on. They were struggling on getting bolts, and they also struggled on defense at the end as well.
Do you think they were anticipating a brawler changeup from their opponents, and that's why they wanted to take Pam out of there? Maybe like you were talking about Colette the round before?
Yeah, I think so. Definitely. It has to be, right? Because the other team, Ion Gaming, their comp didn't really work out very well for defense, so you would expect them to switch things up. But maybe, maybe they were thinking reverse psychology, like, oh, they're expecting us to switch it up. Let's stay with the same comp. We're confident in our brawlers, and worked out for them.
Well, whatever strategy they used worked, and I think that Monkeys decided to go back with Pam. And yes, they did 100%. And it looks like the composition looks like there's a little bit of a change up over there on the other side as well.
Yeah, I mean, if it's not broken, why change it, right? This is gonna be pretty close. I feel like Ion Gaming is gonna get the first push. Yeah, they're gonna get the first push, and this is gonna be tough to defend. I love what the brawlers they switched to. Barha's going with Jean and Pain. Pain's gonna be the most important brawler right now here with that tick, because that tick's gonna deal so much damage if you don't control it. So that's what Eric's gonna focus on. He's gonna be focused on keeping that tick back.
It was a nice defense right there by Monkeys as well. The robot not even touching the tower. None of the brawlers able to touch the tower either. But right now it's about that control. Who's going to gain the control in the center of the map?
Right, and remember, that's what I said about Pam. That's what she brings, that defense, that ability to shut down the bot, and also giving them some control over the mid here. Ooh, can they stop the tick head? Unfortunately, unable to stop the head. And Ion Gaming still in control. They're going to get another push coming up right now. So Monkeys, again, forced on defense.
Yeah, they totally are. Pam's ready for it, though. My girl is ready to defend. But, I mean, this bot's a lot stronger than the one that was in previously.
Yeah. Not looking very good for Monkeys, though. They're committing a little too much on defense and not much on getting control back. It's 3-3, so as you can see, even though they defended, they now have to work on getting control back, which is going to be very difficult right now.
It's early yet, though. I mean, we've seen crazier things happen. Tickhead incoming, but taken down. But yeah, man, they are holding down. Ion is holding down the center of this map.
Yeah, with just 15 seconds left and a Jean in control over the mid. It's just tough. It's too much to overcome, and it's not going to be enough. There's only 6 seconds left. So Ion Gaming has this in the bag 100%.
100%, he says right there. And here comes that next bot. And man, I'm telling you, it started out differently here. Monkeys was in control, looking really solid, but it looks like they're sitting back in their heels a little bit now as Ion is taking advantage and making this big push. And as Ash says, 100% going to be bringing in the victory in this round with only 3 seconds left.
Yeah, I got to give it to Payne. He played Tick very well right there, getting that control, giving his teammates that ability to pick up those bolts, right? I don't know, it was pretty tough for Monkeys to push up. It felt like that Tick just constantly pestering them with his mines, and that's what Tick does, just constantly pesters you.
That's right, and that's set number 3 going to Ion. Let's bring in Varen back again because we've had a turn of events. It started out with Monkeys, and now Ion has been changing the path here, and it looks like they have control.
And this is so interesting to me too, because looking at Ion Gaming, a lot of teams would potentially let that first match kind of get away from them, get under their skin, break their mental a little bit. They didn't at all. They kept calm, cool, and collected. The way they were able to execute there in that last round, they did not give up map control for a second. They had it in an iron grip the second they got entrenched in the midfield. It was basically GG. No way back for Monkeys. And that's actually a little bit disheartening for me as somebody who was really looking towards Monkeys to come in here, because you need to have that killer instinct when your back's against the wall, that you need to be able to find an opening, make an opening, create an opening, break open whatever your opponent is doing with their setup. And if you can't do it, there, I don't know if you can do it at all. So that's a little bit scary. And now that Ion Gaming is on set point, guys, they're only one round away, or one set away from going on to our next round.
Man, coming in right now on Heist, and it looks like we have a matchup here, and it's exciting to watch for me. I'm sure it's exciting to watch for Ash as well, and I'm happy to see Crow because he's my favorite brawler.
Yeah, Crow is a very underrated brawler in the current meta, especially on a map like this. He can slow things down with that slowing toxin gadget. It's one of the deadliest gadgets in the game. Slows you down for 5 whole seconds. Bauerhaus with the teleport with his nanny, gonna get some good damage right there.
Yeah, I mean, Heist, it's all about that map control, right? Be able to push your opponents back or sneak your way up to the opponent's safe. But look at this, the Nani using that teleport and then going to be trying to take down either one of the opponents or the safe.
Yeah, look at Edmu though, making his way all the way to the corner. He's gonna be quickly taken about Payne though. So well defended there.
Oh man, nice shots on that by Nani on that Piper as well. Who do you like in that matchup, Piper or Nani?
Nani does have the advantage against Piper, just has more range and also power. Not only that, Nani has this pretty powerful gadget. Not in this matchup though, because both are running the teleport gadget. So it can definitely go either way, especially if you're a skilled player like Eric and his Piper, as you can see.
Yeah, definitely. And oh, Knight almost look at the strafing going on over there. Unbelievable. Here we go, opening up the whole center of the map. Nice job played by Eric. And trying to stay alive.
Right, Bauerhaus with that teleport, making his way in the middle. And again, look, he's got his super back, so he's gonna retreat. He's gonna use that super, and he has 2 options: either use that super to go for a kill, which he does right there, or he could have also teleported there.
And I guess it depends on the situation and who's lying where, which is the better choice.
Right. It also seemed like Eric just took the hit because he doesn't want the Nani to teleport, right? They do have the lead right now, 71% to 60%, and there's only 20 seconds left. But in a situation like this, you really don't want to give the other team control, because with just 10 seconds left, they can make their last push and win the game.
Yeah, and I'm really impressed right now by Eric. I'm kind of keeping a keen eye on him. Look at that, down to 4 health, and it's still gonna be able to get a shot or 2 on that safe. Oh man, impressive stuff.
Right, that was very well played at the end. Getting that kill, the quick snipe, and then flying forward just to keep the enemy back. Like I said, you gotta keep them back. You can't give them that final push, right, with just 10 seconds left, because then you're not gonna be able to make a counter push when the timer runs to 0.
Yeah, 100%. And it really seems like every single game mode, no matter what we go into, it's 100% about map control, but a lot of it has to do with pushing your opponents back as well, making them be forced back into their spawn. And we're going to round number 2. Remember, round 1 went to Monkeys, as did round 1 of Siege. Let's see if Ion is going to be able to come back and make this one an actionable set.
Yeah, so Ion adjusted right there. They switched out their Crow. Crow just wasn't a great matchup for Bell, Piper, and Nanny. Just too much range for Crow to deal with.
Ooh, nice play by Knight right there. That was impressive, taking down Nanny in the center.
Right, nice exchange of kills going on here. Payne doing his best, trying to stay in the bushes, conceal his presence, and get some hits. He's doing a pretty good job at that.
I mean, we are looking at a legit sniper battle. 3v3, range versus range, snipe versus snipe. Who's going to snipe better?
Yeah, it's gonna come down to whoever's got the better aim. And matchups like this, I love. Looking really good for Monkeys right now, though. They do have mid, and if they can win control right here and just gradually get some damage. Oh, double kill right there by Edlu and Knight. Now they can sprinkle in some damage to get the
man.
lead.
Look at that save, just getting beaten up by Eric, and Knight getting a few shots in there as well. Oh, nice job by Payne as well, just taking out 2 of the opponents.
Right, Payne is really low. Edlu some really nice shots. I think Edlu's in the zone right now with his Nanny, getting multiple kills this game.
Yeah, and Eric forced to backtrack towards the safe as his teammate got taken down by Nanny in there in the corner. Wasn't able to progress forward towards the safe himself.
Right, so Knight has to make a decision. Does he defend against the Piper? He's going to. Payne's going to get the kill on Eric, and now Baraz and Payne making their way. Definitely can make a comeback here. They're only down by about 30%.
Yeah, they are. 42 seconds left. Anything can happen in that much time, but look at this. Pam defending nicely on the safe in the back. And here we go. Gadget coming.
Powerhouse with a quick teleport on the Bell to take her out. Still 30 seconds left. In order for Ion to win right now, they need to maintain control over the mid and not die right here. Oh
my God.
Really good shots. And he's got to get his super. This is super close.
It sure is. 18% to 14%.
RBM's gonna jump forward just to keep him back. Payne's gonna come in, and he's gonna get enough damage. Is he gonna get it?
Oh, wow.
4% to 1%.
Oh,
wow.
my God. Now that...
The Monkeys are taking it.
Was insane. Monkeys pulling in the victory right there on Heist. So now we're looking at 2 sets to 2 sets. It's tied. We are going to see a complete match going into set number 5, which is the first time that we're doing that here tonight. And Varen, come on back. We got a full match here today.
The ace match, as we lovingly call it here. Game number 4, match number 5, set number 5. Darn it! I'm getting all the terminology wrong. It's our 5th set. That's what we're going for here. Our 5th set. And what better place to do it here than our first game in the lower bracket, where either one of these teams loses and goes home. Everybody is going to give it their absolute all here. Nobody wants to go down like this. They've been competing for the last 4 weeks to make it here. They only have 2 more matches, this one and potentially the next one. That's all that's standing between them and the ESL Mobile Challenge. They're shot at a pretty substantial prize pool, $16,000 for that first place team. That's a good amount of money to split between 3 players, and they want a piece of they want that first place prize. That's for darn sure. I don't know who it's going to be. Either one of these squads could conceivably take it away. My expectations have been thrown, once again, out that window. All I know is we've been witnessing some absolutely stellar Brawl Stars, and you alluded to it earlier, Ash. You said, just shoot better. And at the end of the day, it may come down to something as simple as that.
Yeah, man. Really impressed by the gameplay by both teams right there. I love what Edlu did there at the end, getting his super with Nanny. Like I said, he had to get it because he needed to get to their safe. And he had just enough, right? Just enough damage, down to 1%, and they won by 3%. That was insane.
Yeah, that's exciting. I mean, that's what we're here to see. We don't want to see teams being blown out. We want to see matches and rounds like that where everything is just so tight. I'm really excited to be going into set number 5 so we can see. And what are we going to see? I think we're going to be going into some hot zone as well, which has been exciting so far tonight. So it looks like we have a little bit more excitement up ahead. And I mean, who is going to be done? Who is out of this competition? Is it going to be Ion or is it going to be Monkeys? I mean, it's coming down to the wire, and you know that both of them are going to do everything that they can to stay in this because they want to advance. They don't want to go home. That's why I'm like the man of the lower bracket. I love lower bracket matchups. They're just so exciting.
I mean, we call them the gauntlet for a reason because you've got to play those extra sets of matches to get to that final light at the end of the tunnel. And this one is really no exception. Despite the fact that there are only 8 teams here in the play-ins, we've already sent quite a few home. It's going to be down to the wire. I'm going to send it back to you guys. Take it away here in set number 5.
Yeah, we're up into set number 5, as you said, into hot zone, and I like this one. I like that hot zone being right there in the center. We have Crow in here yet again. What do you think of Crow in this matchup?
Yeah, Crow is an excellent brawler on a map like this. Any map that's open is going to be excellent for Crow. He can just get some quick hits, and then with that slowing toxin gadget can slow things down and make it very easy for your teammates to take the enemy out.
Oh, nice shot there by Eric, too. And there's Crow trying to get a little bit of that poison on top of Eric. But Eric able to stabilize the center a little bit. And look at this map controls we talked about before. It's being done here again. Eric getting taken down by Pain.
Yeah, it's all about the mid control, mid zone. There's only a single zone in this map. Knight with the quick kill on Pain right there. Nice jump by Barajas. He's definitely going to be able to take out Eric there.
Yeah, I like that play a lot. Going in on the aggressive, then hiding in the bush to heal back up again. Really nice play by Barhoff, as that's how you say his name, because I probably botched it earlier on. Sorry about that. But again, mid control is where it's at, and look at that targeting right there being done as well.
Yeah, I love it, man. It's going back and forth. They're just giving up control, getting back control. Barajas now in control. This is a very exciting game. Now we have Pain at the mid. Everyone's just, making their way back and forth here.
I mean, I'm loving that Crow gameplay. Get the super, dive on in, do some damage, and get yourself out of there so that you don't get killed. Although he just did get taken down that time around. But I mean, it's fairly close right here as well. Monkey's trying to hold down that center position. As you said, there is only one hot zone on this map, Ring of Fire.
Yeah, and if you're Monkeys, you're excited because look at Knight. He's at stage 3 with his Surge. Still, they're down 20%. They're going to need full control over the mid right now because they just can't afford to give Ion control over the mid again because they only need about 14%.
Yeah, it's definitely getting close. 52 seconds left, so we're not even looking at a time issue here. It's more of a percentage issue. And here we go. Looks like Crow again. I'm just enjoying watching Crow. But the enemy has captured the hot zone, and it looks like we do have Ion pulling in that one. I mean, fighting to stay alive. I mean, it was impressive stuff.
Yeah, you know what I really love about Crow? It's that first star power. Everyone keeps underrating it. It's a 25% damage decrease. Every time he hits you with it, you're going to deal 25% less damage. And so when it's a 1v1 matchup like Bell versus Bell, you're not going to win it. You're just not going to have the damage to 3-shot a Bell like you normally would.
Yeah, and that's great. And I love how you break that stuff down because you really do know everything about all the brawlers, their supers, their gadgets. You know them all. And I think that it's really nice because everyone watching right now probably doesn't have as good of an understanding about it as you do. And even if they understand how the gadgets work, maybe how to implement them properly and what it's going to actually do for a match that we're watching or for one of the rounds that we're watching, it really is important for you to break that down. So really great breakdown there of Crow for sure. But as it sits right now, we have Ion in control. One more round win for Ion and they will advance and Monkeys will go home. So that's why we're taking a few extra moments right here because Monkeys is doing everything they can to plan that doesn't happen, and maybe Ion is trying to do everything that they can to plan that it does.
I'm hoping to see Lou being used. Lou is a very strong brawler in Ring of Fire. So if you're Monkeys, you might want to consider swapping out Surge for like a brawler with more control, like Lou, or maybe even Amber. But no, Amber is banned. They did ban Amber, so you're not really seeing her in play. Otherwise, she would be dominating this game. But definitely calling out Lou right now. Bring in the Lou. That's what I want to see.
bring in Lou. I mean, have we seen much of Lou tonight? I don't think that we have seen too much of Lou at all, actually.
Not much. Yeah, he's a pretty underrated brawler, especially on a map like this, Ring of Fire. He can be very strong.
Well, we're going to see if they do decide to do that, to bring in Lou. Of course, I mean, is it the range? What is it about Lou that makes him?
It's that super, that icicle super, right? He drops it, and you can use it for control. It lasts on the field for like 6 to 8 seconds around there. So it's really good for control. It can completely shut down the enemy from making their way to the mid. And that's what makes Lou one of the best brawlers on this map. So yeah, that's why I'm kind of calling it out. Let's see some Lou.
Yeah, it's true. Once you get yourself stuck in that, you do lose the ability to have really control yourself. But why don't we jump on in? This round is exciting for both teams. It's either going to be going home for Monkeys or going into another round. And it looks like Colonel Ruffs has made an appearance again.
Yeah, I'm not so sure about Colonel Ruffs. I'm not so sure. And quick shots by Pain right there. Oh, man. And then you can see Barajas using that slowing toxin to slow them down, just giving Pain really easy shots on the enemy.
I see that. But Crow getting taken down really quickly there. It looked like Ion had a lot of control of mid, but right now it's swapped right on over to Monkeys. Crow trying to sneak in there, but look at the sandbags again. Sandbags for the win. It could be the theme of the night. Because, well, Knight is the one actually using them right there. Didn't do as much as we saw earlier on, though.
Again, Barajas with the slowdown on Eric, and he's just hanging with just 21 health. RBM going aggressive on the left. He's going to be able to take out Edlu. Knight's going to get another super, so he's going to use that to power up his teammate. Seems like Edlu's going to get that boost. Is it going to be enough, though? He's going to go aggressively against Pain. RBM is definitely going to win that exchange, and Barajas is in control over the mid.
Yeah, they totally are. And I mean, man, it looks like Ion really in control. And I'm noticing that Crow is just, poke away, get your super, dive on in, do that massive damage, get yourself out of there and start poking again. Is that the strategy that we're seeing right here from Crow?
Yeah, definitely. You can also see that he's doing a really good job juking those shots. And just, like I said, constantly putting poison on them is going to reduce their damage by 25% thanks to the extra toxin star power. Extra toxic.
Yeah, I'm seeing that, but also Carl, it's like, same thing. When you're getting close, you just use that super and just tear up the opponents. My gosh. Really working out nicely for him.
Knight trying his best to get some control. It's just not going to be enough. It's just too much to overcome here. Barajas, again, just sprinkling in those shots and just weakening them every time he's doing that. That's just making it easy for Ion to take it.
Oh, my God. So Ion pulling in the entire match. Monkeys are going to be going home, and Ion will be moving forward. They still have hope to continue on here in the Mobile Open. We have to say goodbye to Monkeys, but it definitely was a valid effort there. But man, Ion Gaming, they buckled in and they got it done. Let's bring back in Varum. I know that he's excited about going through the full 5 sets for a complete match.
I mean, Ion Gaming, Ash, you're doing your weekly recaps. They're a team that we got to see a decent amount, and a team that impressed me multiple times, and it wasn't by accident. Look, Monkeys put up an absolutely valiant effort. They really put their heart out there. You could see it in all their play. They still played to win, even towards the end there when they knew they just desperation, they had to get it done. But it wasn't quite enough. I got to give huge props, huge shout outs to Ion Gaming. They persevered through 5 grueling sets. As we take a look back, you guys get to recap it because Ash, this one was close.
Yeah, we start off in Snake Prairie. It wasn't very good for Ion in this particular matchup because, as you recall, one of their players, RBM, forgot to use the right gadget with Rosa, so it didn't work out very well for them. They kind of got destroyed in this matchup where Monkeys just took Snake Prairie demandingly. And on Double Swoosh, as you can recall, RBM with some amazing clutch plays with his Carl, right? Getting in there, diving in, and then getting his super to run away with all the gems. Clutched it.
That's probably the clutch play of this entire match. And when we look back, I mean, really, we had Monkeys. They won 5 different rounds, and Ion Gaming won 6 different rounds. So really, it was pretty darn close and really impressive gameplay from both sides. But at the end, Ion Gaming was the team that was able to bring it on in. But I mean, I was impressed by both sides. Eric with some really nice shots, even though he was on the other side of the victory right here. And I mean, what game mode really was the dominant one from Ion Gaming that you saw that they really excelled?
Definitely Ring of Fire Hot Zone. That last game, I'd have to give it to Barajas and his crow. I felt like that was a difference maker. That crow and the constant slowdown and the extra toxic to reduce damage. And then, of course, dodging all over the place, diving in. I have to give it to Barajas on that game.
Yeah, and my personal favorite was any round where you get 3 snipers versus 3 snipers. Just so much fun to watch. And like you said, you're literally just watching the accuracy. You're watching to see who has the better shots and the better understanding of where to position yourself on the map. So really nicely done, and it worked out well for both teams at the end of the day. But Ash, man, that was looking really, really nice. And in Verum, it was looking really, really nice.
Oh, well, I mean, I'm back. I want to get some input in here as well. Because look, I can't disagree with any of the points that you're making there. It really just seemed like it was, I mean, yeah, that final hot zone match was absolutely wild. But the clutch plays in the beginning to set up basically the whole story of the match, which is the second you think one team is safe, the rug gets pulled out right underneath them, which is absolutely nuts.
Am I good right now?
And I have to say, if this is the caliber of team that's going to be joining us here in the ESL Mobile Challenge, I'm so excited. I'm so excited because this is a team that showed that they are never going to back down to a challenge, that they're never going to say die, that they're going to keep persevering through. And a team who we know also embodies that, of course, and a player is Corey, who I got a chance to sit down and chat with. Let's take a look at that. Yeah, hear his thoughts. Hey, Corey, thank you so much for taking the time to sit down and chat with me. First and foremost, congratulations on making it to the ESL Mobile Challenge. Talk to us a little bit about what it was like competing through the Open, making it here, because obviously you were up against some pretty tough competition.
Yeah, definitely. The competition in North America is pretty intense, especially now for sure. And honestly, we just grinded it out in the latter season. We had a pretty solid performance overall. We only lost, I think, 3 games, and they were pretty close series. So it's pretty hard to go flawless throughout the entire thing. But I think we did a pretty good job, and we locked in that first seed.
Absolutely, yeah, quite a pretty dominant performance, if we're being honest here. And talk to me a little bit about how that came to be. Tell me a little bit about the history of your team, obviously signed with Tribe Gaming. Tell us a little bit about that.
So yeah, this team started quite a while ago. I started, at the start of last year, where I formed the team with Super Sai and Tyrant Star, which Super Sai then moved to the coaching position now. But I'm still playing with Tyrant Star, and we picked up Zuan pretty early, 2 years ago. So me, Tyrant Star, Zuan, and then this year we picked up Raz as well. So just leveling out the just adding a little bit to the roster. So we've been playing together for almost 2 years now, which is kind of crazy to think about, or not quite 2 years, but so yeah, that's kind of our history.
No, I mean, it makes a lot of sense that you guys have that competitive experience playing together. And again, it's showed quite a bit in your performance. Consistency like that doesn't happen overnight. And because of that consistency, you're definitely coming into this as one of the teams to watch. How does it feel knowing as we go into this mobile challenge season that for a lot of squads, you got a target on your back?
Yeah, it's not a feeling that we're unfamiliar with. It seems like we always got a target on our backs with whatever competition we go in, but it's always added pressure, which you hate to see it, but we always get that added pressure of that, we got to perform, especially now, since we did finish #1 seed in the first ladder, and we do not want to let people down. So a little bit added pressure, but overall, something, again, we are pretty comfortable with and used to, so not too bad.
I mean, it makes a lot of sense. At this point, you've been definitely up there near the top. Definitely one of these squads that everyone's been watching out for. And, of course, representing Tribe Gaming is part of that. Speaking of which, do you have any shout-outs before we say goodbye to the fans, any of that kind of thing?
I just want to thank everybody for supporting us. We have absolutely amazing fans that support us, even when we're losing. So I just want to thank everybody. And again, thanks to Tribe, because Tribe is absolutely amazing. And they have been so helpful for us and our team. So, yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking this time to sit down with me, and best of luck in your games.
Thanks for having me.
I mean, you heard it there from Corey. Having the support of an org like Tribe Gaming certainly goes a long way, but really it's the fact that these guys have been playing together literally years of experience under their belt, competing on and off with one another, which we know really does go a long way. And Echo, let's get back to this action here, though, because I'm excited to see what teams are going to be joining Tribe Gaming. What last team, singular, I should say, because only one of these squads down in this this bottom half of the bracket is going to be advancing forward to join Aqua and Doodoo Dunga.
Yeah, I'm excited to see Aqua and Doodoo Dunga later on another day, but in the lower bracket, we're going to be looking at our final 2 matches here of the night, where we're going to be seeing up next, we have Don't Lose to Us coming through versus Evil Space, and whoever wins that one is going to be facing off against Ion Gaming, who we just saw a few moments ago. The loser is going to be going home. So exciting things to come. We got 2 more matches to come this evening.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to Don't Lose to Us trying to redeem themselves, right? Evil Space, a new name, but we've been seeing them a lot in the... Ooh, okay.
Yeah, and Don't Lose to Us, of course. Lukey Bear, Super Size, Z. I mean, we sang their praises. Lukey Bear in particular was a player who caught my eye, but Super Size footwork and Z's aggressiveness also really stood out to me. They're going up against Evil Space, which is, of the teams here, probably the one I know the least about, with Gatsby, Ivan R, and Sala. Or Salaso? 3? Salaso? Oh, there's so many ways we could pronounce that. Echo, good luck! Good luck, Echo.
Thanks a lot. What I'm looking at right there is the logo and how much that looks like the space station logo from my team that I like to represent. Tell me that didn't look similar.
It's a little close.
A little close.
Just a smidge. Just a smidge. No, but Ash, we obviously seen one of these teams play already, and they look pretty good. So, I mean, they have to be the favorites coming into this, or is Evil Space? I think that might be a bit of a dark horse here.
I feel like Evil Space might be a bit of a dark horse, but I'm really expecting Don't Lose to Us to win this matchup. Just have more experience in terms of competitive, just competitive gameplay, right? They've been in a lot of situations like this before. They've been, they just have more tournament experience, I would have to say. So looking forward to, see them kind of put the hammer on this one.
Yeah. Plus, they were just knocked down to the lower bracket just a few hours ago. So that anger we were talking about, where I made up that weird pun, being stuck up the sleeves, they're going to be bringing that. It didn't work for Monkeys, but maybe it'll work for Don't Lose to Us.
Yeah, I mean, momentum is certainly a factor that we like to talk about in this. The idea that his teams start to ramp up the wins, the confidence starts to get up, they're more confident in their play calls and executing that. The flip side of that, though, of course, is being able to reset it. Now they're coming in with a vengeance. They've had enough time, I think, to cool off. Hopefully not get too cool, though, because they need to be hot going up against this team. Both teams have been sitting around for a little bit here, but they've been able to watch their opponents. They've been able to watch the stream, get a sense of what other compositions people are running, getting a sense of the meta, and then really being able to hone in on their strategies, which at this point, Ash, you should pretty much have locked in what comp you're going to walk into the match with. But of course, there's always room for adaptation based on what your opponents are doing.
Yeah, for sure. Like, these teams, they already know exactly what they're going to run. They've been playing these maps for like hundreds and hundreds of hours, and like hundreds of times they've been practicing on it. So yeah, not going to be surprised to see, whatever brawler they're going to be choosing.
I actually think that this is the perfect situation for Don't Lose to Us. I think having the time to cool off, to kind of reset themselves and plan, saying they know they're going to be playing again in 2 hours, I think it's really an ideal situation for them, because they've been sitting together, they've been talking about what they have to do, and their plans are there. They're ready to execute. I really think they're in the perfect position right now to get it done. Let's see if my prediction works this time around, but we are noticing a little bit of Rosa on both sides. Let's hope that the right gadgets are being used this time around, Ash.
Yeah, definitely. Gatsby going aggressive here. Z trying to keep him back. Don't Lose to Us looking good for them. They do have the lead, and they got the blue star. Z again being aggressive, getting the bow. Gatsby trying to sneak right here. Not gonna be able to do much with Super Sai opening it up and also dealing some additional damage with that Piper Super.
Yeah, I like that a lot, and I'm anticipating we're going to continuously see Piper get that super and continuously opening up the map, trying to make it more and more visible so that the sniping is going to be more of an advantage, although it's going to be used on both sides of the map because we do have a mirror matchup right here. And we have Rosa just hanging out right there behind that wall, waiting to go and attack, and the attack is happening right now.
Yeah, definitely. Looking really good for Don't Lose to Us again, though. Super Sai doing his best to keep that bow back, and then Z just trying to keep Gatsby back right there as well. So they got a big lead, A-star lead. The biggest thing, however, is that look at the left and right sides of this map. They've been opened up, and what this means is now Gatsby and his Rosa, he's not gonna be able to make any more sneaky plays.
Yeah, I was thinking, you took the words out of my mouth. The entire center of the map has been opened, so no one from Evil Space can sneak over. There's no trickery anymore. Now they're gonna be going into the bush not knowing what to expect.
Right. I mean, that's exactly what they needed right there. They got the kill on Z. That's 4 stars in the bag. Now they're only down by 4 stars. Gatsby again going aggressive. He might be able to take out Lukey Bear there. He is going to be able to, but whether he's going to be able to get out of that trap, I'm not so sure about. Z's doing a great job there, though. He knows that he's got 3 stars and they got a 6-star lead. Now it's a 9-star lead. That's game.
Yeah, that is game, and Z did exactly what he needed to do. He made Evil Space pay for getting too close in the zone, really beating him down, getting star player on that one. A really nice play by Z, specifically with that Rosa.
Yeah, that's the thing about Bounty. One of the things I love is you have to understand the situation at the end right there. Like teams that aren't as good as these guys, right? Like don't lose to us. What they try to focus too much on is survival. Like, oh, everyone, I don't want to die. But you got to look at your score. You got to look at, that lead. You got, 6-star lead. How many stars am I carrying? Am I carrying only 3 stars? That means it's okay for me to die to just keep them back. It's okay for one person to sacrifice themselves so your whole team doesn't get, trapped at the end and you don't lose that lead.
You're dropping knowledge bombs right now for anybody watching. That's completely true. I mean, being aware of how many stars you're carrying, so important. It's more important to have that map control and sacrifice 2 stars and maintain that lead than to just try and keep yourself alive having someone else sacrifice. But we're going right on in. Gatsby getting taken down early that time around. Z sneaking around the backside, but I'm noticing a Poco this time around. Ooh, Z doing some work.
Yeah, Poco is actually a really good brawler, and not only that, they're also running Ruffs. I love this combo. Basically what it is Ruffs is running his 2nd star power, so as long as you stay next to your teammates, you're going to constantly increase their health. And as long as they keep doing this, as long as Navi stays next to his teammates, he's just going to power them up.
So really, we're looking at 2 healing brawlers over here on Evil Space's squad.
Yeah. Ooh. I don't know what Gatsby was thinking right there. Why did he go alone right there, right? That was not a wise decision by him. He should have stayed together with his teammates because they were only down 1 star and there's so much time left. Remember what I said about Colonel Ruff's 2nd star power? Just gotta stay together as a group, and look, that's what they're doing right now.
Yeah, they're also using some emotes as well. But what I'm noticing here is, again, Evil Space is not going to be able to sneak up anywhere because the entire map is exposed, even with the mines on the left-hand side.
Yeah, I did not like what Navi was doing right there, being too aggressive with his Colonel Ruffs and got quickly sniped by Super Sai. You don't want to take your chances against a really good team like this because they are going to make you pay.
Yeah, and I think that we are really watching Evil Space get... They're paying for it right now. Maybe being a little bit too aggressive, maybe being a little bit too confident. Definitely being on the losing end of that, at least is from what we've seen so far. Gatsby getting taken down.
Much of it you can see is Gatsby being impatient, not waiting for his Poco to help him, by supporting that heal and trying to do things on his own. And that's not what you want to do. If you're a Rosa and you got a Poco in your teammate, you never want to do things alone. It doesn't really work out that way.
Yeah, and set 1 coming in, with the victory. Don't lose to us coming in. I mean, I mentioned how I thought the timing was perfect. I really do think that they had the perfect setup to come on through, Inver and come on back. I mean, that was pretty dominant right there from Don't Lose to Us. I mean, can we make some predictions on how we think things are going to look? I mean, Evil Space, they need to step back a little bit and think about who they're playing against.
Wow. Yeah, that's a very astute observation, because it definitely felt like sometimes you play against worse players and you get some bad habits. And Gatsby looking anything but great, unfortunately, in that one, because he just ran in all by himself. And especially because there was a game plan, stack up towards the late game, get that HP, then take it over, and just not being executed. Very rarely over the course of these games have we seen teams lose because of what seemed like outright mistakes. Normally it's been other teams just outplaying them. So it's, I'm going to call it out a little bit here. Gatsby, looking at you. Maybe bring things back a little bit. Hey, that's how you get better at the game. All playing together as a bit of a team. And I definitely think, again, they've made it this far. We know they have the potential to step up, but right now, Don't Lose to Us is looking nigh unwinnable. They looked so clean in that game, Ash.
Yeah, definitely. Like you said, Gatsby just got to work together as a team. I felt like, if they had just what they should have done was just group up together and just spend like 90 seconds of that game, like half the game, just standing together. Because remember what I said about Colonel Ruff's second star power? As long as you just group up, you just get empowered by his star power. Just constantly get health. And at the end, you could be looking at a Rosa with like over 10,000 health and your Poco with like 8,000 health. You could have rolled them at the end and get the win. Yeah,
we actually saw that being done the last time we were casting some Brawl Stars over here. They did exactly that. But that strategy, I mean, the brawler combination was set for that, but the plan wasn't executed in that way. So like you said, it was the wrong plan for the wrong brawlers, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's just not executed very well there.
Again, sticking to a game plan is tough. Again, no plan survives first contact with enemy, best laid plans, something like that. Those are all not correctly used idioms. The point being is that Don't Lose to Us, the way they were able to take those trades positively, you call it, Ash. They were losing a player with 2 stars, getting somebody with 4. We just kept seeing, especially in that first round 2, a little bit less so because they just kind of dominated them. But in that first round in particular, they set traps, they laid them, they bait the opponent in, and then they just take those positive trades. And at the end of it, they were able to take over map control, able to eliminate the bushes in such a way that made it impossible for their opponents to sneak up on them. And I don't really have anything more to say other than they had a game plan, they executed it, their opponents had one, and they didn't. Echo, unfortunately, was just kind of that simple.
Yeah, it really was. And I mean, something that I really liked, and maybe it's just me, but I love how the middle of the game was open. The middle of the map was open, but I believe we're going to be jumping into some gem grab next, and I'm really curious to see if Evil Space is going to be able to perform better over here.
Yeah, looking at it, Lucky Bear going with his specialty. Remember what I said, one of the best thrower player? He's running Sprout this time. Sprout, very good brawler on this map, especially because both teams have banned Jean. And that's what makes Sprout an excellent mid-brawler here.
Wow, and I mean, I'm just looking at this map domination right now. I mean, my goodness, it's early on, but still, really being able to keep back Evil Space, keeping them back in their spawn.
Yeah, Navi just being, I don't know, a little too careless right there. He only had like 700 health and just running forward. It feels like, Evil Space kind of got their wind kind of blown out of them from that previous game. And right now they're just rushing a little too much, I'd say.
Yeah, Gatsby's really up in there, although able to pull in a few gems right there as well. But Z almost able to take him down. I love the use right there. I love that super being used by Z.
Right. The thing is, like, even though Gatsby has those gems, you don't want your gem carrier to be an aggressive brawler. The more gems you're carrying with Stu, the more, the safer you have to play, right? And that limits what you can do aggressively. You can't be an aggro brawler if you're carrying gems. And that's what's happening here for Gatsby. And I feel like this could be a recipe for disaster at the end.
Yeah, so what you're saying is you have your aggressor, but you take the aggression out of your aggressor when they're carrying too many gems. Although he's still being fairly aggressive, actually.
Yeah, his teammates are doing a really good job right there. Navi getting some good hits. Lucky Bear, half health, but he managed to stay alive. Take out the enemy Bell. Let's see what Z's gonna try. It's a tough matchup for Z, having to deal with.
There it is.
But look at that. There's the kill.
Yeah, Lucky Bear took him down, and then all the gems in Lucky Bear's back pocket. Sprout is going to be able to hide behind the bush, start throwing out those sprout things.
Do you know? Yeah, do you know how that that came to fruition? It's because of the gems. The Stu carrying gems. Remember I said he can't really be aggressive, but he has to be to get control back. And because he took that risk of going aggressive and dying, he lost all the gems. And yeah, Don't Lose to Us takes the game.
It makes total sense. I mean, it's really simple when you think about it. If every player has its role, and when your aggressive player can't play the role that they're in there to play because they're forced to be a little safer because of those gems, you're losing part of your team and part of your plan. So he was kind of forced to do it, and at the end of the day, Sprout took advantage of it, grabbed those gems, took him down, and pulled in the victory. So we have Don't Lose to Us. That's 3 in a row right there. Three wins in a row, 3 rounds in a row. We're 1 in to set number 2. If they want to go into set number 3 quickly, they got to pull in another win right here. But we also have Evil Space that doesn't want that to happen. So they really need to settle down. I think that they're really excited and not playing to the best of their ability. Maybe not making some of the best choices, possibly.
No, I really like their comp choices. It's just they got to slow things down. Being a little too aggressive, like remember what I said about Navi only at 700 just running forward, just careless plays. They just got to slow things down.
All right, so what we're going to be looking at right here is to see if Gatsby is going to come in and actually try and grab all those gems again. Being the aggressor, is he going to still try and be the carrier as well?
Yeah, hard to say so far. Lucky Bear doing a really good job with Z double teaming the 8-bit. And, Gatsby gonna again pick up those gems.
He is not listening to you. He's not listening in on this stream.
Hey, he maybe he's comfortable being the gem carrier with Stu, but the thing is, like, it's definitely gonna limit your offense in the late game when you have too many gems.
I mean, honestly, looking at this, it looks like that is the plan for Gatsby to be that gem carrier. But hey, it looks like Gatsby.
Ooh, just at 100 health. The worst thing you can do is like carry gems and be targeted by Bell's super. And that's what's happening to Gatsby right here. If I'm Don't Lose to Us, I'm gonna keep that Stu alive just for a bit, because he, as you can see, he's targeted.
Yeah,
he's got the target on him.
I see that for sure, but I mean, looks like right now we have Don't Lose to Us getting a little bit more comfortable, starting to get a little bit more control. We have Super Side doing some good stuff on the outside there as well, keeping them back. And man, I'll tell you, I haven't been seeing much done by 8-bit, to be honest with you, over on the Evil Space side. I mean, definitely with that rage, and there's the gems. They're loose. And as I say that, 8-bit grabs one of them. Now we got them all.
This is actually fortunate for them that 8-bit is carrying the gems. This allows Gatsby to now be, more aggressive freely, but I feel like it might be a little too late. Salsa is going to be double teamed.
Oh, man.
Taken out. Luki's got all the gems.
Yeah, this is 14 seconds away from Don't Lose to Us taking 2 sets out of this match. We're going to see, though. I mean, that's an eternity, and a few of the gems are out, but we still have Lukey Bear just hiding in the back, really being able to stay safe. And that round and that entire set is going to Don't Lose to Us. I'm sorry, and they've taken 2 out of the 3 sets needed to move forward and to knock Evil Space down. Let's bring in Varum back. Come on back in, Varum. What are you thinking?
I feel how Ash feels. Just a big, deep sigh. Just a, because that one felt, and I kind of want to recant a little bit of my post set 1 statement, because I was watching a little bit closer there, some of the positioning, and yeah, I definitely feel like Evil Space overextending a little bit, but I also noticed that there were traps being laid. Openings in the tall grass that you thought, oh, this seems like a good place to go. And it was a bait and switch. One low player would sort of dangle themselves out on the flank, and they'd pull themselves right back in, and the shot would come through. Don't Lose to Us. They played them like a fiddle. They literally were baiting their own teammates and then capitalizing on it. I mean, this is super high level play. And the reason it looks so convincing is because we're just seeing a team firing on all cylinders. Something dramatic, Ash, is going to have to change if we want to see this go to beyond a set number 3.
Yeah, man, like Stu as your gem carrier, I don't really know about that. They had 2 other brawlers that are better options for carrying gems. 8-bit, or Bell, especially 8-bit, with so much health, much more, much better for survival. And not only that, Stu, you want Stu to be your aggressor, right? You saw how Z was playing his Stu against the 8-bit matchup, just constantly moving around back and forth and just messing with the 8-bit the whole time. That's what Gatsby needed to do with his Stu, but because he was more focused on, keeping the gems secured, he wasn't able to do much.
I mean, it was clearly just, it just wasn't, the plan didn't go properly to plan, right? Like it didn't go the way they wanted, but that was what they planned to do. I mean, it was clear because they did it both different rounds. But it looks like we're looking at a little bit of a highlight of some of the happenings right here. And, well, it's going to be pretty one-sided if you ask me, Ash. Don't lose to us really looking good in all this.
That was the bait. That's that play on the left side. That was it there. Perfect. Okay, I'm going to leave now as we get to set number 3. Ash, Echo, take it away.
Yeah, we're going to get into set number 3, and this is where it all counts right here. Siege. We've seen Siege go and change things up, but let's see right now if Siege on Olive Branch is going to go in favor of Don't Lose to Us, which would completely end the match if it does, if they get 2 of these in a row.
Yeah, looking pretty good for Don't Lose to Us so far. They got the first push, and let's see how they utilize it. Luki just got to stick behind the bot. Gatsby doing a pretty good job keeping Luki back because Tick is going to be the biggest threat here on the offense, being able to shoot from really far away and get some nice residual damage right there on enemy Ike.
I'll tell you what, 67% left on that safe. It's pretty good first push. We haven't seen many first pushes that strong, to be honest with you, but a nice start right there for Don't Lose to Us.
Yeah, Z again picking up those balls, playing Stu really well, constantly getting those hits, and then he's also using the Gasso heal star power, so every time Stu's using that super, he's also getting healed back 500 health every single time that Z gets a hit and uses his super.
Yeah, I see, and here we go. Z again using that again over there. Tick holding it down. I mean, Luki Bear, you said it earlier, man. It's actually really enjoyable to watch him play as a thrower. Although he just got taken down there by Gatsby.
Yeah, this is gonna be tough for Don't Lose to Us right now because they're down 6 bolts and there's only 28 seconds left. So they gotta get enough bolts or they're gonna have to defend really, really well to stop Evil Space right now.
Yeah, and let's see if they have the comp to actually be able to do that. Gatsby playing really well right now in the center, to be honest with you.
Look at how many bolts Evil Space has right now. 20. Oh, that has to be game. Evil Space has to have this. This is going to be incredibly difficult for Don't Lose to Us to defend this. Everything has to go right on defense for this. First, Superstar has to drop his target on the bot. And then they got it. Oh, man, it's a level 22 bot, though. It's not going to happen. There's no way they're going to be able to stop that rampage here.
Have you ever... I don't know.
It was close.
Wow.
That was pretty well defended.
That was pretty well defended. I've never seen such a red bot before. Pretty angry looking bot, but Tick trying to get some last throws in there. But Evil Space was able to pull it in this time. Now, I did mention that this game mode, things can change up a little bit. So Evil Space being able to dig in a little bit, maybe get comfortable. What they need to do is do that again so they can extend this to try and get into some other different sets, other different game modes, and try and have some control.
Yeah, for sure, man. It all came down at the end right there. That final push, level 22 bot, right? I was really impressed though on defense. Everything did kind of go right. It's just, it's just too powerful to overcome right there. Level 22 bot and trying to stop at least 33% at that point is just too much.
Yeah, I agree. And I mean, I'm telling you, it was that mid position. I think he was playing really well that time around. Like we talked about how it wasn't played probably as well in Gem Grab, but this round, same brawler, same player, I believe it was too, and really excelled.
Yeah, because this is a totally different game mode. There's no gems in play, so you don't have to worry about picking up gems. You want to pick up bolts, freely pick up as many bolts as you want with that Stu, and you're going to win.
I get it completely. So we're going on in again. Stu again is at it. Let's see if he can do it again.
Yeah, I don't really like how Luki's too focused at the mid. At the start of Siege, remember what I said, the bolts only spawn on the left and right side. So you don't really have to worry about the mid at all at the start of the game.
Yeah, and I can see, like you said, left and right. But Gatsby's still staying back, trying to stay alive. But he's getting hit pretty bad there. But here we go. First siege bot, but it's a level 1, so really not much to worry about. This is going to go down fairly easy. Don't lose to us. Did they change much up a bit? I don't think they changed anything up at all here, did they?
No, they didn't change anything up. But it's really looking good for, not really looking good, but it's looking all right for Don't Lose. So they did defend it. They just got to get control back. They have 4 bolts already banked. And if they can just get a few more bolts, get things, rolling for them, especially if they can get the next push, it's going to be big for them.
Yeah, and I mean, it looks like, it's getting close. 3 to 4 bolts right now, and but who's going to have control of the center? Gatsby. Oh, Gatsby getting taken down right there by Super Sai as well. Z grabbing a bolt, and it looks like in 1 second, here he is, level 6 bot going on in. Sorry, I was getting distracted over here with all the craziness going on. But that bot, is he going to be able to do much damage to the tower? Or are they going to be able to defend? There's no support.
That was a really
from any
nice
of the brawlers.
tick head. That was a really nice tick head by Luki to take out Gatsby. And this is actually exactly what they wanted here. They just wanted that bot for control because there's only 1 more wave left, right? So if they can maintain control right now and just get enough bolts, they've got this in the bag.
Yeah, they can. Navi tried his best to try and clear things out in the middle, but it looks right now like they do, like Don't Lose to Us does have that control of mid, or of the entire center of the map, actually, not even just mid, and they are building up that bolt count. 6 seconds, and it looks like this is going to go in favor of Don't Lose to Us. 10. There we go. Here comes that final bot, and at the end of the day, they are going to bring this one in. Don't Lose to Us is going to tie this set up 2-2 after these last 15 seconds.
Right, so it's going to come down to the next game. If Evil Space can't win it, they're going to be out.
Yep, they are going to be out. Evil Space is going to have 1 more round to play this. And, they did get 1 victory in here. They need to pull in 1 more. They just need to control the mid a little bit, or the center of the map a little bit better. And they have hope. But if they don't, we're going to be seeing Evil Space going home and Don't Lose to Us matching up in our final match of the night, going against Ion Gaming, who we just watched a little bit earlier. So we have exciting things to come either which way.
Yeah, definitely can't wait for that.
But I mean, who was the clutch, the star player that you were seeing from Don't Lose to Us that round? Like, what brawler, or was it a complete team effort, which it totally could have been?
I felt like it was definitely a concerted effort between everyone there. Everyone had to be on the same page, right? You can see, like, when they had that push, they needed to defend. We had Super Sai and his Bell ready with his super to weaken the bot, and then Z and Lucky Bear there to add in the damage to finish off the bot. And then knowing that, yeah, we just need, just enough bolts to get that last push to win it, right? Yeah, just really well played as a team. Just
totally knowing what needed to be done. And here we go. We're coming on into the final round of the set. We're going to see who this one goes to. Again, if it goes to Don't Lose to Us, they advance and take on Ion Gaming, and Evil Space would go home. But
yeah, one thing we've seen in like all 3 of these Siege games is Evil Space, every single one of these games, they always start out well. They get that first push, but the thing is they can't really capitalize much on the offense because, look, everyone just keeps dying when they get that bot, right? So there's no support for the bot, and this makes it very easy for Don't Lose to Us to defend.
Yeah, I see that. The bot's not going to get there, but Don't Lose to Us is pushed back into their own spawn, which gives Evil Space that center control. Let's see if they're going to be able to capitalize off of that. As Z tries to make his way forward, we have a little bit of a Navi versus Z battle going on in mid.
Yeah, the good thing for Z, though, is he's got that boost from Lucky Bear, that Colonel Ruff's boost, and that might be enough for him to win that matchup, and it is.
There it is.
There we go. I love that both teams are running Colonel Ruffs now.
Who would have thought Colonel Russ would be one of the most spoken of brawlers we talk of tonight, and sandbags of all that, right?
Right. And the main reason they went with Colonel Ruffs is because Ruffs is one of the best counters to Stu and Surge.
Yeah,
so
and
right
now,
now,
we're seeing both, yep.
Don't Lose to Us, again, doing a pretty good job on defense, but not really what they wanted because they need control. Even though they have 5 balls banked right now, if they can't get control right now, they are going to lose this game.
Yep, they totally will, but that's exactly what they need to do. They need to gain that control. And I'm watching Navi right there in the center, really using some good movement to try and maintain that mid position. And it looks like Ruffs is grabbing a bolt right there. And man, look at this. Evil Space controlling the center. Gonna get that final bot.
Yeah, just so impressed by Gatsby right there. He was at just 80 health, and he took out both Z and Lukey Bear. They had their shot to take him out, but just couldn't at the end. And so Evil Space is taking this game. Actually, no, it's not over yet. They still need to deal at least 28%, but they have no offense. Where is their offense?
Oh my goodness.
Get in there. Oh, okay, never mind. They have enough. I was looking at the wrong percentage.
It's fine. I mean, it's down to 24%, and there was nothing. So Evil Space is actually going to take down that set and extend this entire match. We're going to be going into a set number 4 and be able to see if Evil Space is able to continue this. Now, let's bring in Varum back. And we were just talking about how in Varum, this game mode seems to change the tides that we've been noticing that, and it happened again right here.
I think, we could talk about the game mode for sure. We can talk about the way that the teams played it, but we can talk about some individual players as well. Who did I call out in map number 1? It was Gatsby. Well, it felt like they were overextending a little bit, didn't quite do it, but their mid control, especially in those first 2 games, was sick. They single-handedly helped take over the center of that map. It felt like Don't Lose to Us couldn't find purchase. Every single time they tried to run their way up, they just couldn't get it done. And it was interesting just the way the teams were able or not able to leverage those first spots. Really interesting. I got to give props to Don't Lose to Us. Their defense of that level 22 bot in that second it was really solid, but it wasn't enough because the damage done early. Teams were able to get that early momentum, do that early damage, and then defend it, which was really, really darn sick. As we take a look back at some of the clips, Ash, I mean, I don't want to count our chickens here, but I'm not ruling out a game 5.
Look at Gatsby here. Lukey Bear trying to take 1 hit, but couldn't get it. And then Gatsby with another hit on Z. That double kill, and that pretty much solidified their win right there, having just enough bolts with just 6 seconds left to finish off this game.
Yeah, it was really nice. And I mean, and Varum said it before, the mid control. And it's so funny to me how one game mode to the next, the same team may have a struggle of controlling the zone, where in another game mode, they are able to dominate and control the zone. It's just funny how each different game mode brings a different variety to the game. And the same thing you're trying to do in game mode A won't work as well in game mode B. And we saw it work really well there for them.
And that's the reason why we do it. That's the reason why we play through 5 game modes, that we continue to mix up the maps, because one team just may not be as strong on Bounty, may not be as strong on Heist, but hey, maybe a Brawl Ball, maybe a Gem Grab. Things are changing for them. And I think it's really, really important to test these players' skills in all these directions, not only in terms of map knowledge, not only in terms of game type knowledge, but also in terms of brawler composition, because that's the thing we have to remember about this. This is a 3v3 game. This isn't a game like Overwatch or something. You have these massive 15-team rosters where you sub one player in or out as you need them. These players are constantly flexing in different directions, and that's what makes it so exciting as we head into set number 4. Guys, take it away.
Yeah, we're hopping in on Heist on this one. Looks like we have it looks like we have a bit of a sniper matchup again, except for Lukey Bear rocking the Crow.
Yeah, I love the Crow pick. Again, it's gonna be great having that slowdown, right? Slowing Toxin Gadget, and already quick control by Don't Lose to Us.
Yeah, and I mean, if you're using Crow with that gadget, being able to slow everyone down, it just makes it that much easier for your sniper to be able to hop on in and take down people from afar, because the accuracy is going to be easier with a slower moving target. Plus, Crow is able to really finish off these weak brawlers. We've seen him do it multiple times already over here. Lukey Bear really doing well with that brawler. He could do it again right here against Navi if he can get the right angle on him.
Yeah, exactly. You can see he's holding on to his super because he knows he can use it at any moment to take out any of these guys.
Yeah, and I just like how the sacrifice just happened there as well. I'm not sure what player it was, but Nani took the sacrifice so that the safe wasn't executed itself.
Right here, Lukey Bear gonna jump in on Navi, and he's gonna be able to take him out. That's a good exchange, fair exchange, because it does recharge Crow's super quite a bit.
I see that, and I noticed that Superside tried to stay alive, tried to help out on the offense by shooting the safe, but also trying to take down some of the defending players as well. Crow was, oh man, I love what you were saying. The Crow is just such a huge part of the play here for Don't Lose to Us.
Yeah, definitely. Not only that, Crow is a very speedy brawler, as you know, right? So being able to dodge shots, look at that, doing a really good job dodging these shots against B and Bell. That's what Crow's really good at. Against snipers, he's one of the best at just, running around, dodging shots, and just being just annoying to deal with for the enemy team.
Yeah, you said it right there, annoying to deal with. I also love that Crow has a spread shot. So he's not just, that single shot that's sometimes easy to dodge, but he's got that spread, so it's a little bit more difficult to get away from. But here we go, Nani trying to get some shots in the tower and actually on the safe and actually being successful at it. Z trying to clear it out, and nice defense there by Don't Lose to Us.
That was great defense. Only 6 seconds left. They're definitely going to take this in the bag. There's no way for Evil Space to overcome that.
Yeah, and again, what we were noticing there is Evil Space had a little bit more of a difficult time getting control of the center of the map. And when we saw Don't Lose to Us doing that, they were the ones coming out ahead. It seems like that's the story here tonight. Whoever can gain that map control through whatever combination of brawlers they're using or however well they play together, they often come out as the winner because they've had that map control. Unless if something crazy happens and we see a Carl come knock everyone out and steal gems and run them across the map.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen in a map like this, Kaboom Canyon, one of the most open heist maps in the game. It's all about that sniper, combat, back and forth, kills, and just slowly working on getting control and just gradually getting that percentage right to win it.
I know this. And Ash, do you know that if Don't Lose to Us wins this next round, they're going to be advancing. They're going to be moving on, and Evil Space will be going home. Evil Space definitely knows this as well, so they're going to try and get that positioning better, try and take down this round. Why don't we jump on into it and watch what could potentially be the final round of this match if Don't Lose to Us does what they're going to try and do, which is shut these guys down. And Jesse, why Jesse?
So Jesse's a very good brawler against Crow once you have, her turret. Crow just can't defend against the turret very well. So I understand why he did that. Still though, it's going to be a pretty difficult matchup for Evil Space if they can't sustain control here.
Yeah, and Lukey Bear just sneaking around, taking out Nanny. Gatsby about to go down. Crow just needs one shot and gets it done. Man, I mean, Lukey Bear is really doing amazing things with Crow in slowing and also on top of that, just shutting down brawlers as they have a little help. Sorry,
look at the slowdown by Crow, and then of course Salas missing his gadget. He gave you the emoji. He kind of messed up on that. He knows that.
Yeah, emotes aren't just used to spam out other people. It's to sometimes say, "Oops, I made a mistake."
Yeah, and that's gonna kind of hurt them right here. Ooh, and then Lukey Bear just doing a really good job with that Crow and the slowdown. I really like that. Lukey Bear stayed with the Crow, and I'm not so sure why Evil Space hasn't, adjusted to that as well. I don't really like Jessie. I can understand, having to use her with her turret to deal with Crow, but it's not great because Jessie's one of the easiest brawlers to dodge shots with, right? And Crow's one of the speediest brawlers.
Well, okay, you were talking about the turret. Jesse just threw the turret down into the center of the map to try and gain control, and right away that turret was taken down because the teammates of Lukey Bear just shut it down right away, and Crow jumped himself out of there. So really defended against what they should be worried about with Jesse.
Yeah, right. Like Jesse's turret, you don't want to throw directly at like a Nanny. Nanny can take it out with just 2 quick shots. So you gotta position it correctly, and it's really not looking good at all for Evil Space right now. 91% to just 10%. It's pretty much game right now.
Yeah, 9% left in the safe. I mean, crazy things could happen, but there's only 22 seconds left in here, and the mid control, or the map control, I should say, not even mid, is really in favor of Don't Lose to Us. It looks like they did take that time that they had in between their loss in the upper bracket. But look at this. Yeah. This turret is going ham on that safe, but not enough time. And the other safe gets taken down. Good game, but right now Don't Lose to Us is going to advance, so we are going to be able to watch Don't Lose to Us take on Ion Gaming in the next match, and we have Evil Space. They're going to be heading on home, but really nice gameplay here, and we all got to learn a few things as well. In Verum, that one's over. We're going to be going into our final match.
Our last match of the night. Both those teams put on an absolutely stellar performance. They had their ups and downs, But in the end, Don't Lose to Us able to advance on. Supersize footwork, though. I literally just sat him, watched him sitting on the right side of the screen, and there are other things happening. You were making great, eloquent points, and my little monkey brain didn't care. I just looked at him dodging shot after shot after shot after and he keeps going, and then eventually he went down. But it was like a minute later. He lived for so long. He created so much pressure on that side of the map. And that sort of pressure, I think, was really the name of the game for Don't Lose to Us. Even when they were on the back step, every single inch they were given, they were able to take and, gave better than they got. And we'll be able to take a look back at the replays here, Ash, because this was a really solid series from them.
Yeah, Z played Rosa magnificently, just going aggressive every single time when they have a substantial lead. He's gonna be the aggressor, keeping them back.
Yeah, I mean, not only that. I mean, all the brawlers being played by Don't Lose to Us in this whole entire match were played very well by the teammates here. I can't look back and say that anything was really played poorly. I think that they were textbook. They played well as a team. They made good brawler choices and good brawler combinations, and they executed on what their plan was. I mean, it sounds simple, as I mentioned before, but it's not. It's not easy to execute. Planning, getting it done, they did everything that they needed to do, and that's why we're going to be seeing them again in just a few minutes as they take on Ion.
Yeah, definitely. The thing that I was most impressed with Don't Lose to Us was they never panicked in any of these games. They always knew what to do at the end. Patience right there, Luki, with the clutch kill to take out the stew and get all the gems to finish this game. Just great patience by them in all of these games.
Yeah, we're definitely getting a lesson on how to use multiple brawlers and multiple throwers, as we see Luki Bear right here use Sprout on this one. But man, this was definitely a lot of fun, and now we have a lot of momentum for Don't Lose to Us. They're feeling good right now. They just did a really nice job kind of dominating the competition, and they're going to be going into another match in just a few minutes. So I think they're in really good position to do well moving forward, but Ion Gaming is nothing to be messed around with. So again, really well played over here by Don't Lose to Us. And you already mentioned what your favorite things were to see.
Yeah, definitely. Super excited to see the next matchup between Don't Lose to Us and Ion Gaming.
Yeah, both of them have showed us things that impressed all of us here at the desk, the virtual desk. But still, I mean, it's going to be a good matchup, possibly one of the matchups of the evening. It would be great to end the night on something like that.
I think I'm going to preemptively say yes, it's going to be one of our best matches of the evening. I would be not surprised to see us go all 5 games for a multitude of reasons. One, because I think both of these teams have shown a lot of heart and a lot of tenacity. And also because this is it. The team that wins this next match goes on to the ESL Mobile Challenge to play with 7 of the other best teams in North American Brawl Stars. And the loser just goes home. And nobody wants to be that at this point. It's late. Everybody wants to just keep trucking through and make it to this next step. So this is what it comes down to. As we get this next match set up, we're going to throw it over to an interview with Jared. So let's take a look at that. Hey, Jared, thank you so much for sitting down, taking the time to chat with me, getting a little bit of history about you and your squad coming in. Obviously, this was one of the teams from the very first challenge. Got a lot of eyes on you. So tell me a little bit about the history of you and your squad. How did the team come together?
Yeah, we've been together a few months now. Pretty much we were 2 teams of 2. It was Kangarmo and I and Toast and Fade. And we pretty much just decided that we should team up and combine our like skills and our different abilities that we like to use in game, and we thought we'd be a good fit together. And ESL was actually the first big tournament we did together, and it definitely panned out really well.
I was going to say, yeah, I mean, there are squads that have been competing together for almost years at this point coming into this. So for you guys to form within a few months and start competing, really impressive. I mean, that says to me that you guys are really strong individual competitors. So what does the training look like? What does the practice look like coming into an event like this? Are you scrimming a lot?
Yeah, I mean, we usually scrim every day, 1 to 2 scrims a day. And, we're constantly texting each other, talking and coming up with different strategies and comms and things like that to try to give us a little hand up versus the other teams.
Absolutely. Yeah, that really seems like it sets these kind of teams apart a little bit, the ones who are constantly in communication. And obviously, there are a lot of good squads, just even so far in the tournament.
Who do you have your eye on if you had to pick one? A couple of people you're looking at as competition.
I would say probably IX Gaming, because Ken Garmo did come. He was a former player for IX Gaming, so there's a little bit of there's a little rivalry going on there, and
all right.
And you know, they're obviously a top team in North America, so we definitely want to get that revenge for Kang.
Oh, all right. See, these are the kind of storylines I like to hear, because these are the kind of things we're going to be keeping our eye on. No, that's absolutely fantastic. Because, you know, obviously there's only so many really high-skilled players here in North America, and you guys obviously trying to keep all of them on these different teams. So tell me a little bit about what the thought process is going to be like once the games actually start. Are you guys going to be looking to, you know, mix stuff up or keep stuff, you know, kind of, I obviously don't want you to reveal strats, but are you going to try some new things, or is it going to be fairly standard, fairly meta?
I mean, I think a good mix is important. We like to scrim the comps we play beforehand, so we kind of see what works and what doesn't work. We get an idea. And then, of course, depending on what team you're playing, depending what they're good at, can depend what you want to ban and what you want to play versus them, to try to play to your strengths and try to exploit their weaknesses.
Absolutely. No, definitely having that mix of skills to be able to throw at your opponents is really important. But, you know, before we get back to things, do you have any final shout-outs before we say goodbye?
I just want to shout out my teammates. Want to shout out the homie Ken Garmo for being the hard carry of the team. And I just want to wish everyone luck in the tournament going forward.
I love it. I love the good spirits. Well, thank you so much for joining me, and best of luck in the games.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for having me.
Welcome back to the ESL Mobile Open Play-ins. I'm in Verum. That's Echo and Ash. And wow, we've had a treat so far tonight. There's been some absolutely stellar Brawl Star from start to finish. We've seen some epic blowouts, some nail-biter finishes, and the night, well, is not quite done yet, but we're almost there. Our final matchup in the lower bracket, one last team has to secure their spot in the ESL Mobile Challenge, the first ESL Mobile Challenge here in 2021 and of all time. Echo, as we take a look back at our bracket, let's see exactly how we got here, because it's been a blast from just all night long.
It has been a blast, and I think we have the best yet to come. Remember, we saw Aqua and Doodoo Dunga move forward to the challenge round that's going to be happening at a later date, but now we're down here in the lower bracket, which is probably the match that I'm most excited to watch right now, which is Ion Gaming versus Don't Lose to Us, who have both proven that they don't want to go home, that they want to stay, which means to me that we have a really good match ahead of us. Ash, are you as excited as me? We have a few game modes coming up.
Yeah, new maps, parallel plays, Ice 4, Dry Season, Some Assembly Required, and Backyard Bowl. Pretty excited for some new maps, of course. Which one's your favorite, Echo?
I am going to have to go with Dry Season, more because it's the game mode that I'm more in love with than the maps. I'm the guy that plays the same game mode over and over because I love the game mode, and I don't really focus as much about the maps. But that's probably also part of the reason why I'm not here competing as one of these top-level players.
Look, Echo, it's okay. You're still definitely better than I am. As Ion Gaming is stepping up, Baraha, Paint, and RBM, which our producer lovingly suggested could stand for Resting Brawl Face, which I think is a fantastic name. And that's what it's going to be in my head from now on. Going up against Don't Lose to Us, of course, Lukey Bear, Super Sai, and Z, who, after having watched back the last few matches, having seen a decent amount of Don't Lose to Us tonight, Ash, you know, I want to get your thoughts on this as well, but to me, they have to be the slight favorites coming into this.
I would say so, yeah, and much of it is because of their competitive experience. Super Sai, of course, you know, represented Tribe, and you guys know Tribe Gaming, one of the best teams in North America. Don't forget Lukey Bear, another, you know, very, very well-known player among North America, and then Z, of course. These three guys, they have so much experience in competitive gameplay.
Yeah, and not only that, they came off the loss. They had about 2 hours to recuperate themselves. They clearly did with their performance that they just had, and now they're rolling into their final match of the night with momentum. They had it's like the perfect setup to do well, in my opinion.
They're hot. They're warmed up. They just played a solid match. They stumbled a little bit, you know, show that they're definitely not untouchable here in this lower bracket. And they also put on some really, really solid performances. The movement looked crisp. The shots looked clean. The communication was on point. The supers lined up and the gadgets were crisp. I have no more good things to say about them except, well, that they got to go up against Ion, who showed so much tenacity, so much heart. They were back against the wall. They fought back tooth and nail. Maybe didn't look quite so clean, but my goodness, Echo, were they brawlers. Haha.
Yeah, you're good. You're good at pulling those out, man. But I'll tell you what, sometimes it's just about the fight and the dog, right? And why don't we jump into some gameplay and actually see how this goes down? Because I believe we're ready to start out this match. And yeah, we are playing some hot zone right here. Ion Gaming versus Don't Lose to Us. We have a good match ahead, Ash.
Yeah, parallel plays is the map. I love that Lukey Bear is running Barley here. Bart's just going to constantly stay behind this wall, support his teammates with that Herbal Tonic gadget to keep them alive. A map like this, though, the ideal strategy is win that single zone first and have enough, you know, potency as a team to grab the other zone.
Yeah, what I'm noticing, though, is that we have, I don't know, it seems like our blue down below is doing a little bit more pushing up forward. I'm not sure if this is a good thing or a bad thing for them.
Not quite a good thing. This is actually a really good thing for Don't Lose to Us, though, because you can see what Super Sai is doing. What he's doing is he's just constantly getting his supers and empowering his teammates with that boost. And as long as he keeps doing that, once he gets that first zone, which they've already, you know, completed, they can then grab that second zone, being stronger.
That was a nice pull by Payne there, though. Did you see that one come through, taking out that super thrower here? Really nice throw, but all right, we have Lukey Bear coming back from the spawn. Z's trying to sit back a little bit. We're tied up at 50-50 right now.
Yeah, remember what I said. It's all about getting that single zone first. Both teams have done that, and it's all about getting to the next one. And look at that. Look at Lukey Bear and Z. They have now made it to that second zone. But at the same time, they also got to deter the enemy from getting to their zone at the top.
Yeah, I see that happening as you're saying it, but look at Super Sai staying alive with just a sliver of health, able to hold it down over there. But man, I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure how this is going to play out. It is super close. Literally one tied up.
Yeah, that was a great pull by Z, but unfortunately Baraha's got his super and is going to use that turret to repel Z out of there. So that gives Ion control over that second zone at the top. So looking really good for Ion. As long as they keep control of this zone right here, they are going to be in position to win this.
Wow, and yeah, they are actually in commanding control, not even allowing... Yeah, I mean, it looks like Don't Lose to Us can't even get out of their spawn right now. Really nice play by Payne.
it's gonna be difficult right now. You know, they did manage to get control back, but down 64% to 96, it's just gonna be very difficult to constantly deter the enemy here from their zone. And look at what their Carl is doing right there, just fitting to that zone to finish it. Well played by RBM there.
Spin in the center of that zone, you're not going anywhere. You're not getting taken down. You have enough health to stay in there for a few seconds and gain the extra few percentage that you need. Really done well. So looking like Ion is stepping up and taking the first win of the round, or taking in the first round of the set. So Don't Lose to Us needs to regroup, because we were all, or at least I was predicting that they were going to be coming out really strong. Yet they did get, they didn't exactly play as I was expecting that first round.
Man, I like their strategy. You know, have that first zone complete, and then have your Colonel Ruffs constantly feed your teammate the boost, right? So then you can then work on that second zone. But what they kind of forgot about is defense. If you don't defend your zone, right, then you're going to lose that zone, and you're going to lose the other zone afterwards. So that's kind of what happened right there. They forgot about defense on that single zone, gave it up, and Ion Gaming just took control of that.
No, they say this in traditional sports as well. I mean, a solid offense is a strong defense, or something like that along those lines. Yeah. I mean, you can't forget about defense, and this is not the first time that we've talked about that here tonight either. It was other rounds, other matches, other teams, but you really have to think about both sides being on the offense plus being on the defense as well. So, traditionally, when we have this long of a break in between, there's probably some strategy going on, rethinking compositions and how they can take down their opponents, because like we said, we've got some really solid players over on the Don't Lose to Us side, and they're not, actually on both sides, but on Don't Lose to Us, they're not going to just come on out and run the same thing, make the same mistake again. They're going to try and come through with a different strategy to, or maybe they won't, because maybe they'll try and use trickery. Let's get to the next round, just watch it rather than listen to me babble on about it.
I think the weak point was the Gene. I'm hoping they switched that. Don't Lose to Us, I'm hoping. They didn't, but fortunate for them, actually, this is going to be tough. Lukey Bear does have Amber. I really like the Amber choice, finally seeing some Amber play. Amber is a beast in Hot Zone, by the way. Definitely a great pick right there.
This is the first time we're seeing Amber all night, but Amber just got stomped by Ion Gaming.
Yeah, normally they would just ban Amber outright. So this is the first matchup where one of the teams did not ban Amber. The bans are Bell, Max, Stu, and Mortis. So it definitely gives way for Amber to make an appearance.
Yeah, speaking of, we haven't seen any Mortis tonight whatsoever out of all of the matches that we've been through. And we probably won't see him at this point either. But Lukey Bear trying to get on in there. Lukey Bear going down again. I mean, we talked about how he was one of the dominant throwers inside of the game. This is one of the first times that we're seeing Lukey Bear use something other than a thrower.
Yeah, I mean, Lukey Bear is not a one-trick pony at all. He can use pretty much any brawler. But it's just too much to overcome here. What I really love is that Barajas and his Jesse. That Jesse is making it really difficult for Don't Lose to Us to get control back.
I mean, Ion Gaming just crushed that set. They took it in 2 rounds. They win 2 rounds. They take down the set in commanding fashion. Not exactly what I was expecting. In Verum, they're doing differently than we were talking about, and Ion looking strong.
This is the Mobile Open. This is what it's about. You can have 3 of the most veteran, experienced players in the game. You can throw them on the team together, make a super squad. At the end of the day, it's relevant. A squad that's coming in together like Ion Gaming, who, again, to my eyes, was probably the underdog a little bit coming to this matchup. And they just crushed it. They took control. They never looked back. They spawn trapped their opponents. They slapped them around a little bit. That was not good. Like, I am shocked. I mean, we saw, Don't Lose to Us lose a little bit earlier on in the night, but it wasn't like that. This is scary. Ion, we were worried they might be a little cooled off after that break. We thought, hey, other teams coming into this hot. Nah, I don't know what to tell you. Whatever momentum we just saw, stopped dead in its tracks, Echo.
But something we have seen before, it happens all the time. Someone will come in and dominate. Game mode switches and things get turned around. So,
yeah,
not saying who knows what's going to happen really, but that has definitely happened time and time again. I don't think that Ion is going to come win 3 different sets with 2 rounds each and clean this thing up. But we saw that happen earlier tonight. But man, like I said earlier, Ash, this was the one I was looking forward to the most as the night went on. So I hope we have
it's just getting
matches.
started. It's just one set. It's just getting started. Hot zone can be like that where like one team can get constant control. I felt like the key to victory for Ion Gaming was Barajas right there and his Jesse. You can see it just from that game, getting most of the damage, getting that star player at the end as well. It's really hard to stop when you have a Gene and a Colonel Russ versus a Jesse in this map.
Yeah, it makes sense. I think what in Varum, what Ash was just telling us was to cool our jets. It's early on. We shouldn't be getting so worked up this early on. It's only been 2 sets.
Look, that's true. That's true. And I have no preconceived notions going forward. It could turn right back on its head. I'm just still impressed. The games are what the games are. I'm still impressed by what I saw. Could it completely be flipped on its head in the next one? Absolutely. We're about to find out. Lads, take it away as we get into set number 2.
I'm excited for this one because we're back on Gem Grab in Ice Fort. Ion Gaming is going to try... Oh, Ion Gaming coming with Tara, which is another one of my favorite brawlers. But they both have Tara right here.
Yeah, what I'm really surprised of is Carl as a mid right here. But it makes complete sense. You want Carl to be aggressive against the Sprout, especially with that flying hook gadget. But let's see how they can get control back over here. Lucky Bear, as you know, one of the best thrower players in the game. Let's see how well he defends the mid here. He does have his super. He's going to block that mid, and it's kind of going to segregate Barajas and RBM from each other, making it easier for Super Sai and Lucky Bear to get control back here.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll tell you, Lucky Bear was not able to take down RBM. He tried. He got a few shots on him, but it just wasn't enough to take him down, even though he did pin him in. But nice play right there by Lucky Bear. I'm telling you, Lucky Bear, you said he's a well-rounded player, and I'm sure that he is. But there's a difference watching him play Amber versus watching him play Thrower.
Yeah, definitely right here. He's not going to be able to take out the Carl. He just doesn't have the DPS to do so. But that's not his objective. His objective is just to keep that Carl low to prevent that Carl from making an aggressive play. So as long as he keeps doing what he's doing right here and getting, just the 10 gems, they're going to win.
Nice. Okay, so that's the plan. Lucky Bear is doing exactly what the plan says. A couple of mini Taras running around but getting taken down over there by Mr. P.
And all Z needs is just one pull to get one kill, and that should do it right there. That is going to secure the win because Lucky Bear has 10 gems in the bag.
Wow. And again, we're saying the same name, Lucky Bear, Thrower, doing things for the win. It's really incredible how well he's able to hold rounds down utilizing the throwers. And the tables are turning. Game mode changes. We're into Gem Grab right now, and now Don't Lose to Us really had a commanding lead. Maybe not a commanding lead, but I felt like they were having a commanding performance throughout that entire round. You with me on that?
Yeah, definitely. Man, I felt like RBM right there with this Carl, he definitely had the advantage against Sprout as a mid. It's just he couldn't make those aggressive plays. He was just second guessing himself every single time because Z was there, Super Sai was there to protect Lucky Bear anytime that Carl decides to jump in with his flying hook gadget.
Yeah, it was definitely Carl was always pushed back, and it was just the positioning, the consistent, as Inverum would say, barrage from Sprout, just keeping him back, not allowing him to get that aggression on, worked out really well for him. So what Don't Lose to Us needs to do is exactly what they just did. They need to pull in another win, and they need to make this, 1 set to 1 set, and then we've got ourselves a match. Looking forward to see how that goes. And what was the Tara's play? I noticed that both of the teams were running Tara. What is her strength here inside of Gem Grab?
Man, this is actually one of the best maps to use Tara in. Just getting a single pull right there at the end with Tara. Z was able to take out the Mr. P, secure the win. It's all about that. It's all about that, getting that single pull and just turning the tides of the game. With 1 kill, you can get a 3v2, and you can get control back. You can get the win that way. Definitely a great brawler. I expect to see Tara being used again pretty much in all of these Gem Grab games.
Yeah, that makes sense. And that's one thing that's cool about Gem Grab. You could have one team that's completely dominating, and then you lose all your gems. The tides can completely turn, as we saw happen earlier on this evening with that Carl play, which was, diving in head first and actually coming out with all the gems on the back end. But, so what do you do? Do you change things up if you're over on the Ion Gaming side? Because how are you going to deal with that Sprout?
It's difficult because it's not the Sprout. The reason Lucky Bear was doing so well was because of his teammates. His teammates are always aware, hey, yo, we have a Sprout, right? Our Sprout is obviously gonna be taken out by Carl if Carl decides to just flying hook up on the Sprout and just use his Supera, right? So we have to be there to protect our Sprout at all times. So no, that teamwork right there, it's gonna be tough to deal with if you're if you're Ion Gaming here. Maybe look to kind of mirror it, but it's gonna be difficult to deal with Lucky Bear and his Sprout.
Well, let's see what they do, because it looks to me like we have a Pam coming on in and another Sprout from Ion. So Payne coming on in here trying to go Sprout to Sprout.
Yeah, remember I said, maybe look to mirror it, and that's kind of what they're trying to do here. Go Sprout to Sprout, having no other choice.
I saw that Tara Super though, really giving Payne a little bit of a pain right over there. Sounds cheesy, sorry, but we are seeing Amber again. Let's see if Amber can hold the tides down for Don't Lose to Us as well.
Yeah, definitely right there. Great teamwork though. Lucky Bear and Super Sai double teaming Barajas to take out the Pam, and now Super Sai in great position to keep control over the left. Z, however, working his way to get his Super, and once he does, he's gonna be a big threat.
Yeah, I mean,
Payne's gotta be careful.
We got the Taras coming on there as well, but I mean, Carl kind of just hanging out around the outside, going on the aggression right there, but Tara winning that battle as well.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I didn't like that play by RBM right there, using that Carl gadget to quickly get on Terra. You don't really want to feed a Terra like that up close, because now look, Z has Super, and when Terra has Super like this and has control, it's just so difficult to overcome her.
Yeah, so we see a little bit of a change in positioning right here, and it looks like Don't Lose to Us is more in control.
Z is in perfect position right now. They can't really do anything thanks to Z and his Terra Super. It's just going to completely shut them down. They can't move up, as you can see. They're just too scared to because of that Terra. Remember why you asked me why Terra's so good here? This is exactly why. Just puts so much pressure when she has Super.
Wow, yeah, I see that. I mean, it's a perfect example of what I was asking you to explain to me before, so it couldn't be more perfect timing. And you got that Tara getting the heal on as well, really working out nicely. But it looks like Don't Lose to Us. Oh my God, there's a lot of fire going on over there.
Super Sai going off right there with that Amber. Just completely incinerated their Sprout and Carl there.
Unleashing the wrath right there, and what that did was it tied up this match. So let's bring in Varen back, because now we have the match that we were looking at, and we mentioned this before. Switch up the game mode, tides change, momentum changes, we have a sway.
I see that smug look on Ash's face. Don't think I didn't see that after my rant after the first game. And Ash was like, "Oh, really, Paul? Wait, let's wait and see what's going to happen here." Oh, pretend I didn't see that. No, that's exactly what I wanted. This is exactly the match that I wanted. Individual players on both teams are stepping up in big ways. We're calling out these names, these hero plays, time and again. And that's what this is all about. Not only is it about spotlighting these teams, but it's spotlighting these players, these up-and-coming stars, the players we're going to be screaming about tomorrow, who may be gracing these world stages. It's all about here. It's all about what they can do here to start to build up this legacy. And Ash, as we take a look back, I mean, we have to continue to talk about Lucky Bear, I guess.
Look at Barajas going off with his Jesse, and he was a key player of this. Look, another kill, triple kill right there, full control. Got his Jesse turret, and that turret just so hard to overcome for both Z, Super Sai. Look again, Barajas.
It's so funny because we were talking about Jesse in another matchup, how it was the downfall of the matchup, and now we're talking about how Jesse was the highlight of that matchup. And it totally depends on game mode, map, and complete composition of your entire team. So pretty impressive, and the Tara really getting to give good examples of what those pulls are able to do, and how Don't Lose to Us was able to take that for an advantage, and having your Tara or one brawler have another brawler shine, as we saw Sprout being able to really just look like the hero, when really it was because of the support from his teammates.
Exactly.
Yeah, it worked out really nice.
Yeah, just a concerted effort of the whole team, Z, Lucky Bear, and Super Sai sharing amazing chemistry together.
And the chemistry is what it really comes down to, and able to do that consistently over time. And that's something we're going to have to talk about as we get into this next one here, guys. Take it away as we get into set number 3. is for the marbles.
Set number 3 on Bounty in dry season. And oh, look at this. Some different brawlers we're checking out here today, huh?
Yeah, this is going to be a very, very difficult matchup for Don't Lose to Us. Poco double tank when you have double throwers. The problem here for Don't Lose to Us is they just don't have enough DPS to overcome this this heal, basically.
When you have 2 brawlers with a lot of health, and then you have a healer behind them giving them more health, and you don't have the DPS, I mean, look at this. They're going to be just squashed at their spawn.
Right, but then again, Don't Lose to Us, they're a great team. I wouldn't be surprised to see them find a way to win this. And look at that, Super Side getting his super, supporting his teammates, getting them stronger with that boost. It's exactly what they need right now.
I mean, I would say try and take out that Poco, you know? Get that Poco taken down. You can't heal up your teammates, but I mean, this is literally a back and forth right here.
Yeah, I mean, definitely you hit it right there with the Poco, but it's gonna be tough because Barhas, you know, he's a very smart player. He's gonna keep his distance. He's always gonna be behind his teammates to support heal.
Wow, and yeah, Barhas is doing a really nice job as well. I mean, little bit of health, but going down right there,
Ooh,
it's 11 to 12. It's a big deal.
Big.
Oh, and
whoa,
that's just changing the tide right there. Don't Lose to Us taking the advantage right now with 29 seconds left. Now they're throwing like crazy. Lukey Bear as well as Z just keeping those shots out there to try and keep Ion Gaming back.
this is gonna be very difficult though. If I'm Don't Lose to Us, I'd be prioritizing on keeping that Poco back because they're gonna otherwise get. Are they gonna look at Lukey Bear? What?
Lukey Bear trapped himself.
I love it. I love what he did right there. 4 seconds though. No. Oh man.
It switched
Just
over
1
again.
second.
My clutch play right there is Lukey Bear hitting himself in the corner, keeping himself safe. That was crazy.
That was clever. What he should have done, or as a team, what they should have done was that he should have trapped everyone together in that wall compartment, right? Had he done that, then everyone would have stayed alive there, right? Oh man.
I think that would be hard to do on the fly and communicate that with your here guys. Come on over here to the corner. I'm gonna give us. I think that was like a little like last minute ditch effort to protect himself. But okay, so that was a tough matchup, as you said, but they fared pretty well in that tough matchup. So right now, if they could rebalance things and find a matchup that may work better for them, I mean, they fared well in something that they should have probably been demolished in with that double tank and that heal setup.
Yeah,
I don't know. I was impressed.
Yeah, the thing about dry season is there's 2 things you can go with. You can go with the Poco double tank comp like this, or you can go with the comp that utilizes throwers. But it's kind of like a 50-50 in a sense. Like for now, you know, they can switch to a brawler, say like, you know, like a B or something, or M's to counter the Poco double tank. But if they do that, what if, you know, Ion Gaming decides, oh, let's go double thrower this time. Because they're thinking, you know, we might go Poco double tank. But then again, you don't really know for sure because they could also be staying with the Poco double tank, right? So, man, this is a really tough situation to be in for Don't Lose to Us.
Well, couldn't Don't Lose to Us just go on in with the Poco double tank themselves and outplay Ion? I mean, that's the other option as well.
That's the other option as well. Yeah, exactly. I feel like they might actually do that.
I think so too. I think that may be my first pat in the shoulder I'm going to give myself tonight for a good call. We'll have to see. I could very well be wrong,
yeah,
but that'll be cool.
See.
Yeah, definitely. But they're definitely thinking about it right now. I mean, like we said, it's all on the line, and we're basically dead even right now. This one definitely could go the entire match, going through 5 sets, 5 different game modes. It would be a great way to end the night to really get ourselves our binge in of Brawl Stars. But clearly, they're thinking about how they want to do this, because the last thing that Don't Lose to Us wants to do is to go down right now, right? They don't want to go down 2 sets to 1 and then have to take it the rest of the match to be victorious. They don't want to be in that position. So it looks like we're ready to go into the round. Let's see what Don't Lose to Us can do and what they choose. Oh, well, this is different here from Ion as well.
Oh wow, they decide to stick with the comp, and that was a good idea right there, because now they have the advantage against Ruffs and Jean matchup.
I was really hoping that my pat in the shoulder I gave myself before would mean something, but it clearly didn't. But now let's see who could use this comp better. That's really what this comes down to. And my guess would be that Don't Lose to Us feels pretty confident with this matchup.
Yeah, Lukey Bear being very aggressive right there. Ooh, gonna get taken out. Is Super Saiyan gonna be able to take out Pain? Pain's gonna be able to use that gadget just to get back in play and stay alive. Wow.
Yeah, it's still early. It's still 1-2, you know, very early on in the match. But Lucky Bear is going to come back again, try and use that wall to protect himself. But he's getting beaten up a little bit, and he's getting some tick shots on him as well. But getting back there for some safety. A lot of action going on right here, but I'm noticing that Ion Gaming is holding strong there in the center.
Yeah, that was an excellent pull by Barajas to get Z and get a substantial lead right now. 3-star lead, which is substantial in a matchup like this, because it's going to be very back and forth right now. Trying to get a kill.
Ooh, Pain in some pain, getting taken down right now, 3-4.
But then Barajas with the answer with that pull.
Yep, it worked out nicely. RBM dropping those sandbags for safety back there. But man, 7-3, don't lose to us, is on the losing end so far. 32 seconds left, plenty of time for something to happen, but we're gonna see if it's actually going to happen.
It's going to be difficult. I'm not a big fan of the Colonel Ruffs pick here by Super Sai. I feel like if he went with something with more range, could have been, or like that Jean, for example, could have been, you know, dealing more damage with range. But it's becoming very difficult to get a kill here for Don't Lose to Us. 6 seconds left. Can they take out Pain here? Z's going to be able to take out Barrage. Oh, wow. And then Lucky Bear with the kill on that side as well.
In
that was
the
insane.
last seconds, now I literally jumped in my chair and started screaming a little bit, but that was not what we were expecting to see. You were saying how hard it was to pick up, and it's going to be back and forth, but then they picked up a huge chunk of stars at the very end, keeping Don't Lose to Us in this, and it's going to take us to that third round of set 3. I mean, we're dead even right now, right in the middle.
Yeah, that was insane. I can't believe that. Z went super aggressive right there inside and got the kill. And then, of course, Lucky Bear to finish it. That was crazy. That was a really quick turnaround in the last 3 seconds of that game.
That was crazy. And who knows? Are they going to stick with the Ruffs? I mean, we were saying, or you were saying, I should say, that Ruffs really wasn't a game changer right there. Like, nothing really was crazy happening with Ruffs with that lack of range. Yeah. Wonder if they're going to switch him out for Gene.
Yeah, the thing about Ruff's pick was the reason he picked it was because of the Poco double tank matchup. So what Ruffs can do is he can just constantly feed off of a Poco and then support his teammates with the boost, right? So that was the idea, right? It was just not a great matchup for them because they had to deal with the Gene that had the greatest range out of them all. And that's why Barajas was getting so many clean pulls. So
we could really have, who knows what we're going to see next. There could be changes on both sides of things.
Yeah.
I would like to see the Poco double tank again. I mean, they did a pretty nice job utilizing that, and I wouldn't mind seeing Ion going back to that, being that that's what they took their first round in. But why don't we get into the round and actually see what they decide to do after their little time of thought there. And they are coming back in with the Poco. There's the pat in the shoulder I deserve. And okay, but we have a 2 thrower set up right there, but Super Sai is using that Ruffs, as you mentioned.
But it's still gonna be difficult. If I'm Don't Lose to Us, I'd be like prioritizing on Barajas all the time if I'm the Sprout and Tick. Just keep Barajas back. If you kill the healer, it's gonna be much easier to deal with the tanks.
Yeah, and a quick 7-0 lead. It's so funny how different styles of playing the same game mode really change how the game scores, right? 7 right off the bat. Look at Pain up there and aggressive. Actually taking down Ruffs as well. My goodness. Getting the heal and getting another heal. Oh my god.
Oh man, that was crazy. Yeah. But still though, if you're Ion Gaming, you don't wanna relax right now. Look at RBM just hanging just by a little. The main reason you don't want to relax is even though you're getting those quick and early kills, you're making a bigger target on your back. RBM carrying 5 stars now, and that just means that he can't be as aggressive anymore because he can't afford to lose that many stars.
Yeah, that also means that Barsoft is going to hang back with him and make sure that he keeps his teammate alive so he doesn't lose those stars, and I've been seeing him do that over and over again, continuously healing. Now we have a Tick Head coming on in, which gets stopped, but man, this is really looking nice by Ion Gaming, but it is still very close and early in. RBM making a little push up there, but needs to get back to safety.
Yeah, Barras has to be careful. He's too high up here. He has to be behind RBM. And there we go. There's another kill by Lucky Bear. But the good thing is, as long as RBM is alive here, they're not going to lose that many stars.
Yeah, so we may actually see Poco popping himself up there a little bit. Barsoft going on in. but I mean, they're getting pushed back to spawn.
Ooh.
Things could go down right now in the last 7 seconds. 14 to 13,
I mean,
it's a 1-star game.
Wow. I don't know if they can get it. No, they couldn't
didn't.
get the last kill. Wow. You know what I really liked what Payne was doing there? He knew that he had 2 stars, right? And then he had a substantial lead, right? He had at least 4 stars. So he just kept going aggressive, keeping the enemy back so that they don't pin them down at the end. That was well played.
That was well played. In Verum, set number 3 goes to Ion, back and forth. That was definitely a matchup, and I mean, it was down to 1 star at that one. I mean, it could have gone either way in a few more seconds.
I mean, that was the definition of a brawl. I don't know what else to say after that one. That one was scrappy. It was back and forth. Neither team wanted to give ground. It was all about the constant ebb and flow, the push and pull. The tide of battle just kept going back and forth. And the second the pendulum started to swing one way, the second I started to get a little bit excited, it suddenly would get knocked back down all the way over across the other way. Neither one of these teams really felt like they got a foothold. Ion just a little bit cleaner, but it's still very much anybody's game. But now, of course, Echo, they're only 1 set away from taking the whole damn thing.
They are only 1 set away, and with that, we're going into Siege of all game modes, which we've seen as the game changer here. So who knows what's going to come? But I mean, here we're watching some of that great Poco double tank, and one of the most impressive ways that I saw this game mode being played here tonight. Ash, I mean, is this something that we typically see here? I mean, is this something that was played really well here?
Yeah, definitely. Just look at Payne. He has 2 stars. He's gonna go aggressive. He knows that he can suicide here just to buy some time, keep the enemy back, and keep his teammates alive. Again, right there, as he dies and respawns, you have that invincibility for a few seconds, right? So you can keep utilizing that to keep the enemy back. So that was very well played right there by Payne. You know, from like the average player or whatever, they might not see that strategy. They'd be like, what's Payne doing? Why is he just running around and just dying? There's a strategy behind that.
There's a strategy behind every move they make on these maps, it seems. Every single thing that they do, there's strategy behind it. Even if it's to lose yourself some stars, to distract, set up a little bit of positioning. We've learned that here tonight.
Exactly.
And the thing is, we're getting now to the point where, I was going to talk about this before, we're going to start to get into the idea of endurance. You've just played round after round after round of incredibly, incredibly high-stakes games. And now it's going to come down to the time, can you keep it up? Can you maintain? That's the question as we get into set number 4. Echo, Ash, take it away.
Yep, and we're doing it, as I mentioned, on Siege, which we've seen, you know, games change, and we're going to see if it changes here, because if Ion Gaming wins this set, they are moving forward. They are going on, and Don't Lose to Us goes home. If Don't Lose to Us wins this, then we go into the 5th and final match. So this is going to be very exciting. And of course, I'm talking about this entire set as we're just starting it right now, and we have an even bolt count.
Yeah, very surprised with the triple tank comp by Don't Lose to Us. But look at Payne. He went with Rico. It's kind of like he expected them to go this comp. I don't know how he did that, but he definitely predicted that well. And Rico's going to be a really good brawler to deal with the triple tank matchup.
Well, maybe he's got some type of ESP, but he definitely played it well. And I mean, maybe, are they going with triple tank to try and just bully their way through and just grab as many bolts as possible? I'm assuming that's the main strategy here.
Right, it is. And Payne has the perfect brawler here because even though they went with triple tank, they don't have a single wall breaker. And when you don't have any wall breaker against a Rico, he can just constantly bounce his shots all over the place on this map and just dominate basically.
I mean, I'm seeing Rico get shots on the structure, and it's not even a bot yet. I mean, this is crazy.
Yeah, Rico's got really long range once he gets his super. So as you can see, Payne is just having a blast right now. This has to be a lot of fun for him, knowing that he's got the greatest range and that ability to just bounce his shots all over the place against these tanks.
I mean, could he potentially take it down without even having another bot? He could.
Yeah, definitely. But right now, he's just focused on maintaining control right here and not dying. That's exactly what he's doing. He's doing it perfectly right now.
And he's grabbing bolts along the way. I mean, this is dominance by Ion right now, and my eyes are glued to Payne.
Yeah, this is going to be the final wave. So that is game. That is Ion Gaming's game. They got full control in all 3 of the waves here for Siege.
I mean, I'm watching Pain just sit back and spray, just taking everything down. Wow. Now, Ion Gaming, if they pull this one in, which they clearly just did, they need one more victory, and that is match. They will be moving forward.
Yeah, it's crazy to me. How did Payne know that they would run a comp like that and he'd go Rico? I mean, like, Rico overall is a pretty decent brawler, but when you don't have a thrower, right, it's really difficult to deal with Rico here. And I'm kind of surprised that Luki didn't go a thrower like Barley. Barley would have been a perfect complement for 2 tanks if you're running double tank. Triple tank is just so risky.
Well, I mean, and we saw that because they really struggled to gain themselves any type of momentum or map control there at all. Clearly, there's going to be a change for them. I mean, I would anticipate they don't go with triple tank yet again, but well, I mean, it's on the line right now. Don't lose to us. We'll be going home if they don't win this next round.
Yeah, definitely not. I would say Lucky Bear is for sure going to go a thrower. I don't think they're going to run triple tank again. And Payne, I feel like Payne's probably just going to switch off Rico, knowing that, yeah, they have their backs against the wall, and they need to go back to running conventional, I guess. That's my prediction. I feel like Luki's going to go thrower. They might go conventional, and Payne might switch out from Rico. Because that was kind of like his ace card, right? That Rico to counter the triple tank.
Mm-hmm. So you don't think he's gonna be pulling in another Rico again? You don't think Rico will make another appearance?
I'd be surprised if he does, because it to me kind of tells me like Luki for sure right now is gonna go thrower, and that's gonna be a good counter to Rico.
Mm-hmm. Makes good sense. So there you go. I mean, I'm gonna jump on your coattails right there and mirror what you just said, because I think you said it well.
Of course, but of course I could be completely wrong. Like Payne probably feels super confident with Rico, so he's gonna stay with it. But I'm just saying, that's what I would do if I was in his shoes.
Well, you've been in these shoes before, and you've had to make these decisions before, so what you have to say is actually really valuable. So I appreciate you bringing it. But here it is, coming up. It is Rico again.
He's going to stick with the Rico. Let's look at the other team right here. Lucky Bear, as you can see, he did go with the Barley. He did go with the thrower, like I said. And it is going to be a lot better for him because now they do have a counter to the Rico.
Yeah, and, well, we're going to see. I mean, oh, man. Lucky Bear having to go retreat a little bit, and really Ion trying to get himself in there and get a little bit of tower damage. But the first bot, only a level 2, starting things out right now, moving its way forward for Ion.
Yeah, I feel like Don't Lose to Us kind of taking it slow right now. Was kind of surprised not to see Lucky Bear pop his herbal tonic gadget to quickly heal and keep his teammates alive there. That was kind of surprising to me. But Ion Gaming in control again. And if I'm Don't Lose to Us, I'd be okay. If I can just get a single push, especially with the Barley, we can definitely get back in the game here.
Yep, totally. And I mean, Ion Gaming, all they're thinking of right now is they want to go to challenge. And if they can win right here, that's exactly what's going to happen. So they need to be able to pull this in, and they want to do it now. They don't want to have to go to any more sets, any more rounds. They want to end the match right now. The question is, will they be able to do it?
Yeah, okay. So it seems like Luki's running that first gadget rather than the herbal tonic gadget. And that's why he didn't pop the heal for his teammate. So that makes more sense to me. But still, though, it's going to be very difficult for them to regain control because Ion Gaming is going to get a big push. And not only that, look at Don't Lose to Us. They only have 3 bolts in the bag. They got to work on getting control back. And right now, they're having a really hard time doing that.
Yeah, it looks like Ion is going to be able to pick up a few bolts right here. In the middle is Payne again with Rico. Oh, taking some damage there, though. Actually, his life is gone right there. But I'm watching Barstop as well, trying to grab those bolts, but tough.
Yeah, oh man, this might be game if Don't Lose to Us does not get quick control right here.
It's going to be difficult for them to get quick control right here, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's game. Oh man, that was very unfortunate.
It was unfortunate for Don't Lose to Us, but extremely fortunate for Ion Gaming, as if this safe goes down, well, yeah.
I gotta give it to. Yeah, I got to give it to Payne and his Rico, just being able to dominate both of these games. I feel like a major error Don't Lose Us made right there was Lucky Bear on the Carl side rather than being on the Rico. You want to try to counter the Rico with your Barley, because otherwise your teammates, Z and Superside, weren't having a very good job, weren't having a very comfortable time dealing with the Rico on their own.
Totally, I agree. But how about we have Ion Gaming advancing to challenge in Verum? That was exciting. Well done, Invera, my man. That was good stuff.
that was incredible stuff. That was Ion Gaming came in. They were one of the teams I was really excited to watch. We got to see some stellar play from them over the last few weeks. They were a team that Ash had highlighted a couple of times, and for good reason. They showed up here in a big way. Maybe didn't have quite as many big names, but boy, did they have the big plays. Baraha in some of those first games stood up massive. And then in the end, Payne, who we'd been quiet on. I'm going to be honest, we kind of slept on Payne. But his Rico was sick. The shots, the bouncing. Man's out there playing pinball and making it look good, putting his opponents on tilt. Let's take a look back at some of the action, though. Ash, Echo, what a stellar series of games. And of course, it all started here.
Yeah, just a brilliant performance by Ion Gaming. Straight from the bat, right from the start, as you can see, they took Hot Zone in commanding fashion. And don't lose to us. They did show some signs of life, especially in Gem Grab, where they dominated very well, winning both of their Gem Grab matches. Just played it very well here. Unfortunately, not able to get it on the other two sets.
Yeah, we've proved it here time and time again that game modes, some are better for some teams and others are better for other teams. Either which way, Ion Gaming really was pretty commanding here in this entire match, and I predicted that Don't Lose to Us was in the perfect position with momentum and time to do what they needed to do. But Ion Gaming, the unknown names, or the more unknown names, I should say, were able to capitalize. And let's just say that we are beginning to know these names now, as we're going to hear them again and again as we move on forward. Really exciting to be able to watch them progress and really see what they're capable of doing against some names that we've seen before. Some really big names from Don't Lose to Us.
Yeah, definitely. Man, the bounty games were tough for Don't Lose to Us, having to deal with the Poco double tank. They lost both their matchups to the Poco double tank matchup. So, maybe they got to go back to the drawing board, work on their game, how to deal with the Poco double tank matchup better as a team.
Spoken like a champion right there, Ash, because even in a loss, you go to the drawing board, figure out how to fix what you did wrong so you can come back and compete again for another season here of the Mobile Open. So no one is done and everyone is going to be coming back to try again, or at least that's what we would hope for. But really some nice gameplay, and here we're getting some great examples of Payne shining, a name that, as Verum said, was quiet in the beginning, but then that's all we were talking about towards the end of this entire match. Really looking solid.
Yeah, Payne made a big name for himself right here. Now everyone knows Payne and his Rico in some assembly required. They're not going to be challenging him with triple tanks anymore there.
Yeah, and here we have all 8 that have qualified in Verum.
Yeah, I can feel it in your voice, Echo. I get it. It's getting a little bit late, but boy, have these games been worth it. This is our final leaderboard, and these are the teams that have qualified for our first ESL Mobile Challenge here in 2021, and the first ever, which is so sick. We'll have a week off, but then over the next 4 weeks, we are going to watch these teams play every single week. An amazing round robin play, and of course $16,000 for that first place prize. It is going to be absolutely sick. We get to see all the different matchups, all the different configurations, and really start to see who the best teams in North America are. You guys are going to be joining me here again. I'm so excited, learning more about Brawl Stars, learning more about this game, this community. It's been absolutely stellar. And speaking of community, make sure you're joining us over on social media, !social in the chat. Make sure you don't miss any of the broadcasts, any of the shows, all the fantastic clips. And of course, make sure that you're following us or subscribe to us here on Twitch or YouTube, wherever you're watching, because whether it be the live games or the VODs, you absolutely don't want to miss any of the action that we have here. Final thoughts from you guys. Echo, I'll start with you.
I mean, it's always great to be able to come here to the ESL Mobile Open and hang out with you guys, be able to look at some great gameplay, but it was really just exciting tonight, and be able to do this for Brawl Stars. I'm so excited that it's here with you guys with the ESL Mobile Open, and that Brawl Stars has been adopted as a mobile esport for you guys over here. It's just been a really great experience for me to work with both of you guys and to be doing it with Brawl Stars. So it's been incredible.
Yeah, and I just can't wait for the next stage. These 8 teams, these are like the best teams in North America, the powerhouses. The games are just going to get better, and I'm just super excited for that. Can't wait to come back.
Oh, 100%. If you're somebody watching this who's looking to improve at the game yourself, look no further than the strats that you're about to see over the next few weeks. And for those who've stuck it out, who joined us tonight, thank you so much. We really appreciate all your support, and we hope to see you during Challenge. Have a good night.
Feel the light, see the stage, hear the vibe. Pumped up to get ready for the fight. Big dreams, one chance, be the star. I'm the winner coming out of the dark. No fear, getting ready for the ride. Yeah, stepping into the light. No limit, aim high. No limit, the prize is mine.
Step out as a motivator. Let them know that the weight's up. That's how we know when we level up. Ay, that's how we know when we level up.
Level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? You know we fall and we get up. Level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? It's time, get up.
Back against the wall, still I'm standing tall. Know about the ball, I got my fan with me. All we know is ball to empty out the mouths. The chosen one they call, I take my fan with me. Know about it if you tell, know you're breaking codes. What your credibility and all fall like dominoes. Can you really take a stance? All I wanna know. Need me real ones when it's time to go. Stepping in, elevator, reasons to all the haters. That's all we know when we level up. Yeah, that's all we know when we level up.
Level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? You know we fall and we get up. Level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? It's time, get up. I found out I'm not alone, 'cause I'm just like you. There's no failing when we fight. We're not afraid to. Level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? You know we fall and we get up. Level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? It's time, get up. Feel the light, see the stage, hear the vibe. Pumped up to get ready for the fight. Big dreams, one chance, be the star. I'm the winner coming out of the dark. No fear, getting ready for the ride. Yeah, stepping into the light. No limit, aim high. No limit, the prize is mine.
Step out as a motivator. Let them know that the weight's up. That's how we know when we level up. Ay, that's how we know when we level up.
Level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? You know we fall and we get up. Level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? It's time, get up.
Back against the wall, still I'm standing tall. Know about the ball, I got my fan with me. All we know is ball to empty out the mouths. The chosen one they call, I take my fan with me. Know about it if you tell, know you're breaking codes. What your credibility and all fall like dominoes. Can you really take a stance? All I wanna know. Need me real ones when it's time to go. Stepping in, elevator, reasons to all the haters. That's all we know when we level up. Yeah, that's all we know when we level up. Level up.